was just in college at that time at Central Connecticut.
You were playing for the other Blue Devils. Yes, you were.
Right. Yeah,
End over end kick toward Randall. There'll be no return. Here comes Cade Klubnik out of Austin, Texas, and Westlake High School. Remember now, he also plays today without Bryant Wesco. Injured 2 weeks ago in the loss to SMU, and here's the way Klubnik lines up. 8th in the ACC in completion percentage, 8th in efficiency. He is 7th in touchdowns, and he's 5th in passing yards per game at 255 a contest. He has not played since injuring a right ankle early in the 4th quarter at Boston College, and you see it is heavily taped as he takes the field today for the Tigers.
We've got a couple changes, Wes, up front too. Braden Jacobs is playing left guard. He's got a great potential there, and that should help him up front today. Antonio
Williams in motion here on the first snap for the Tigers. Crowd gets really quiet here at Memorial Stadium. Randall going to run and pick up right at about 3 to the 28. Deshaun Stone, Luke Mergott, the stop for the Blue Devils.
Well, they opened up with a nice run, and that's something that, Garrett Riley talked about. We need to be able to run the ball. We need to take some pressure off the quarterback. So we're going to look to see how committed they are to that run game today.
Olsen, Pat Henry, the tight end. Randall stays in the ball game. Clemson triggers 3 receivers. Here on 2nd down and 7, and Klubnik looking to throw, shoots it to Pat Henry, the tight end. He's tackled on a loss back toward the 27 by Wesley Williams. 97 is Williams. We'll keep an eye on him. We'll look at 7, V.J. Anthony, Vincent Anthony Jr., the other defensive end. And of course, Josiah Green and Aaron Hall fill out the front for Manny Diaz. 3rd down for the Tigers. Clemson's at 38.7%. They're 11th in the ACC. Duke defensively is allowing a big number on 3rd down. 44.6%. They're last in the Atlantic Coast Conference on 3rd down defensively. Here's Klubnik up in the pocket, and he'll be sacked. Pressure from the perimeter, and it's Musa Kane taking Klubnik down, and it's 3 and out for the Clemson offense to start.
Yeah, he comes. They get a little secondary pressure here and do a nice job. They're scheming that protection. And as you said, Wes, Clemson's struggling on 3rd down. One of the reasons they're struggling on 3rd down is having a hard time protecting the quarterback here. That was a pressure of the play before, and now with this blitz right here, that backs them up, and not a great way to start your opening drive.
Jack Smith, 6th in the ACC in net punting, will punt it to Quayshawn Brown. Wobbly punt drives Brown back, and a fair catch called for and taken by Brown right around the 33-yard line. He juggled it. Now flag has been thrown almost at the point of the punt. Referee today is Tim Hedgepeth, as assigned by the Atlantic Coast Conference.
Personal foul, illegal block below the waist. Kicking team number 94.
Block below the waist on the offense or on the punt team.
Added to the end of the play.
So that will be tagged on after the fair catch was called for at the 32.
Well, Duke went after that punt. They went after a block, and obviously somebody got him below the waist, an attempt to protect the punter, but that was close. They almost had a block there. And I like that aggressive mentality by Manny Diaz with that kind of being backed up like that to come after the punt. I love when you go after a punt. I think you should go after every punt, to be honest with you.
Oh, and Darian Mensah out of San Luis Obispo, California, making his 21st start of his college career. Remember, started his college journey at Tulane. Duke is at the 47 after the penalty on the Tigers. And he's got the freshman Nate Shepard from Mandeville, Louisiana, as his running back. Empty set from Mensah. Quick throw. This is Brown, and he'll get across midfield to the Clemson 49, tackled by Khalil Barnes, the safety.
Clemson that time came with a 5-man pressure, and right away they're showing pressure play and man coverage right out of the gate. So this is going to be an aggressive call game on both sides of the ball.
2nd down. This is Shepard's first carry, and he will drive the stack toward the 46 of Clemson. That'll make it 3rd down and about 3 on the play. Sammy Brown, the tackle.
really like with this field position on third down. They put themselves in a real manageable position, opening with that screen and coming back with an inside run. So this is a good down and distance here for Duke. Opens up the whole gamut here. Run, pass, screen, it's all available.
Blue Devils 5th in the ACC on third down at 45%. They have the same number in conference play. Tigers with pressure. Mensah wants to throw and will sail it over the head of Samir Hagans. Ashton Hampton was there in coverage, and is Manny Diaz going to punt this? No, here comes Andrell Anthony in from the Duke bench on the far side. So Mensah and the Blue Devils said they might be aggressive yesterday, did Jonathan Brewer, and so did Manny Diaz, and here they are, Steve, on 4th and 4.
Yeah, no doubt, Wes. And, you know, I almost wish if his mindset was he was going to take 2 downs here, maybe he ran the first play. But here they are. Now they probably need to throw this right now.
That's Barcade in motion here to the near side. Play clock down to 4. Snap to Mensah. Here come the Tigers. Darian Mensah up in the pocket. Crossing route. Barcade first down. Barnes was right there, but the guy we talked about at the top of the show, Cooper Barcade, makes the catch. It's his 40th grab of the year, which leads the Blue Devils. Duke on the first down, and Shepard dives inside the 35.
Probably one of the when you come off of those quick tempo plays, the stretch and the bubbles are where they want to be at. Here's that replay now where Cooper Barcade runs a little dig route across the middle. He snaps off the top of that route, and where's he going? To his most sure-handed receiver. That's the money guy right there. That's the guy you're going to look. He's going to look to get the ball to in critical situations.
40th catch of the year for Barcade. Got the first down. Shepard got a couple on first. And now here's 2nd and 8. Low snap. Mensah fields a ground ball. Now rolls to his left. They take him off balance. He'll sail it away and out of bounds. Landon King, the tight end, was the closest white helmet. Will Helt was peeling in from the defensive end spot on Darian Mensah here. Top of the screen is Helt.
Yeah, it was a bad snap. He had to reach down to get the ball, which takes his eyes off the coverage. He does a nice job to me. Barcade's open down the field, but he can't find him because where his eyes were with the snap. But he got himself out of the pocket, got rid of the ball, play third down. Good quarterback play right there.
Tiger defensive coordinator Tom Allen told us yesterday the poise in the pocket of Mensah is the first thing that pops off the page when you watch him. And they got him out of the pocket, and not a lot of poise on that. Here's Mensah, play fake. Now he'll route again. Out of the pocket, he'll throw it away, incomplete. And now it's 4th down. They're beyond the range of Polino. Sammy Brown was there for the Tigers. So 4th and 8. You went for it once, you going for this again, Steve?
Well, I think if you felt you were in range with your field goal kicker, you'd kick it. But if not, yeah, I guess you go for it again here. Stay aggressive. Clemson did a great job in the last play of showing 5 and then bringing secondary pressure. Here they're going to show 5 again.
And we got early movement on the defensive front. The right guard, Jordan Larson, was pointing at the Tigers here. Clemson thought that Duke might have moved. Here's Tim Hedgepeth.
Offside, causing the offense to react. Defense number 15.
It's offside on the defense. We don't have the microphone for referee Hedgepeth at the moment. Jaheim Lawson, one of their best pass rushers, is the guy who, leaned in. There it is, right in front of Jordan Larson, transfer from South Dakota.
And they teach the linemen, offensive linemen, as soon as they come across, stick your hand out there and grab them.
Takes one to know one, doesn't it?
And that's what he did right there. Nice job.
You guys work on that? Is that like a drill?
Oh, yeah, baby. We'll take that 5. Now we got 4th and manageable, 4-3.
Yep. Barcade to the bottom of the screen. Hazley, the tight end. 2 receivers at the top. Anderson Kessel is the running back. Clemson showing blitz. Mensah from the pocket lines up Barcade, who makes another terrific catch at the 20-yard line. Avion Terrell in coverage. But another 4th down conversion. Darian Mensah to Cooper Barcade.
Well, great job in protection. Let's start there. He steps up in the pocket. Look at Barcade come back to the ball with great strong hands. Watch his route right here. He's going to move that DB, snap it off, come with strong hands, get it, and turn around and get vertical. This guy's a heck of a football player.
Ball at the 19 for the Blue Devils. Red zone opportunity for Manny Diaz's team. Mensah takes a shot, end zone, and caught. Did they hold all the way through? They did. Touchdown for Quayshawn Brown. Myson Kelly was in coverage, and Mensah drops this one in the bucket, Coach.
That's a heck of a throw right there. What a route. He held the red line. Great throw. Really, again, fighting up front for pocket protection. But look at this. What a throw. What a route. Brings it down, catches the ball. Duke's on. That's what they wanted. They want a fast start. They got a fast start. They're up 7-0 right now.
Off their first possession, which featured a couple of fourth down conversions, Polino adds the point. The Blue Devils, trying to stay alive in the ACC race, have struck first here at Tiger Town. Darian Mensah throws his 18th touchdown pass of the year. Quayshawn Brown catches, converting 2 fourth down plays in the drive, both on Mensah to Barcade passes. Blue Devils have scored a touchdown on their first possession for the first time since NC State. And Randall the fair catch. And let's visit with Dana.
Well, Wes, we watched Cade Klubnik take that big hit the last time the Clemson offense was on the field. He exited the field limping, favoring that right ankle, which Coach Dabo Sweeney told us he's not 100%. He went right on the exercise bike. He's been doing air squats on the sidelines. He's been doing high knees in every effort to keep that right ankle warm. Steve, early assessment of the offensive line, are they doing enough to help Cade Klubnik be successful in this game?
No, you can't get him hit like that. I mean, he took a hard sack, twisted his ankle a little bit, and with that injury, that's what's going to happen. He's going to tweak it, and it's painful. That's why he's keeping it a bit warm. But Dana, they've got to protect him better.
Antonio Williams, there's a little toss trying to get the ball in the hands of Williams. Garrett Riley said when ready to go, Antonio Williams, one of our best weapons offensively. VJ Anthony the tackle after maybe a half yard. Well, nobody has to tell Dabo Sweeney where things are. 185 wins. You see the winningest coach in program history at Clemson. He's got 111 ACC wins. All-time winningest coach in conference history. Early movement. This might be a free play. No, they're going to stop it. I think this is on. Is this on Duke, Steve?
I think it looked like Duke jumped the gun on the blitz.
Contact. Defense number 99.
It's on Aaron Hall. 47th game for Aaron Hall. I want to run these numbers by. You see Hall jump in there and he hits the center lengthening. Here's Duke's defensive front. VJ Anthony, 44th career game. Josiah Green, transfer from Dartmouth, 38th game. Aaron Hall, 47. He's been there 3 presidential administrations, it feels like, at Durham. Wesley Williams, 35th game. Steve, that's an old defensive line in college football.
Yeah, and they're a productive one. They know how to get after that quarterback, so that experience is really helping them.
Pressure again. Klubnik cuts it loose. That's caught. Antonio Williams, there's a flag thrown as Williams works across midfield to the Duke 49.
Holding. Offense number 55. 10-yard penalty. Repeat second down.
A hold is called, and I believe it's on
Harris Sewell.
Harris Sewell
playing right guard. Yeah. What they did was Duke brought a simulated pressure. And as you guys know, what simulated pressure is, they're going to drop a defensive lineman out and bring somebody from the second level, linebacker or safety. And what it does is it freezes the lineman sometimes. He got his hips turned and created a holding penalty. That's not what Clemson needed. They had a nice explosive play. Now they're backwards, creating a second long. No momentum can be sustained like this.
Gideon Davidson, the true freshman's coming the ball game at running back. Klubnik from the pocket wants to take the shot for Williams, who makes the catch. Antonio Williams, 20, down to the Blue Devil 15. Jaden Francois saves the touchdown.
Well, Duke brought an internal pressure here, you know, and we call it the AA, double B pressure. Got themselves beat down the middle of the field. Probably looked like they had some kind of coverage breakdown.
Here's the give. Davidson can go nowhere on the 1st and 10 off the Blue Devil 15. In fact, the freshman might have lost a step. Trey Freeman, the veteran linebacker, 5th-year senior from Northern Durham High School, makes the play. It was a 64-yard throw from Klubnik to Antonio Williams. It got the crowd in the game too, Steve, for the first time today.
Well, they sure did. They needed it explosive, and I thought Cade Klubnik did a great job of hanging in there, getting that ball. He threw 2 accurate balls now, and that's what he needs to do now. They got to give him a little help up front.
Tristan Smith to the bottom of the screen. Here's Klubnik again handing the ball and cutting back inside is Davidson. The forward lean will get him toward the first down at the 7 of the Blue Devils.
Nice cutback by Davidson off that inside zone. He jump cut where that play belongs, and Klubnik did a great job of following through with an RPO fake off of it. They got a little bit of offense going here, a little bit of mojo. Now you're in the red zone here. You got to come away with touchdown. You got 3rd down. In my mind, you've got 2 downs to get a first down right now. That's how they should be thinking on offense. Touchdowns, not field goals. 2 downs to get a first down.
10 touchdowns and 15 possessions in the red zone in conference play for Clemson. And here goes Davidson driving, and if he breaks the 5, I think he'll have enough for the 1st and goal opportunity, and he does.
Nice strong run, physical run. He was running with low pads to get a first down. Not to get a big play, but a first down. Now you get a new set of downs from the 5. Great opportunity for Clemson here.
Duke defensively, by the way, this is just the 12th ACC opponent to have a red zone opportunity. Opponents have scored 9 times in those 11 tries, Steve, 7 touchdowns. So 1st and goal now for the Tigers. Davidson off the right hip of Klubnik. Couple of tight ends in the package. Bettencar and Pat Henry, and Dabo Swinney is calling a timeout. He came all the way down the near sideline to the 5-yard line. And right in front of the headline judge, Troy Gray. 4 yards on their first drive. They've got 70 on this one. Randall has come back in the game. And here they go again, Coach, with the 2 tight ends extra. Well, they took the extra guy out now. Put 2 receivers to the right. That's Williams in motion. Klubnik going to hand it to Williams. Tries to fight for traffic and dives for the touchdown. Bettencar might have helped Antonio Williams to the edge with the block. Nice. And Williams on the ground gets the score here, Coach.
Yeah, nice job by Garrett Riley with that call. You know, runs a little jet sweep right here, and they're expecting a downhill run interiorly. Nice blocking on the perimeter, as you said. Nice, really a good play call to get it started and get in the end zone, and that's what they needed. They needed to be able to match momentum from Duke.
Well, they did that. An important answer for Dabo Swinney's team. 6 plays, 75 yards, 343. Hoosiers' point is good. We're tied at 7. There's a flag thrown here. So hold the phone real quick before we send you to a commercial break. And Tim Hedgepeth and his crew huddling up here.
Yeah, it looked like there was some shenanigans at the end after the kick. Some form of dead ball foul.
And Manny Diaz talking with the field judge.
These are the things that really, as a head coach, really irritate you when you had a nice drive and you just don't want to see, either side wants to see foolish penalties now that can affect this game in any way, and you got to play smart.
This is a long discussion here.
Yeah, sure
for
is.
A flag on an extra point.
There are fouls by each team after the play. Unsportsmanlike conduct, kicking team number 19. Unsportsmanlike conduct, defense. That is each player's first of the game towards ejection.
Whoa.
The penalty canceled. The try is good.
All right, so Capehart or Keith Adams Jr., they're 2 19s. And when we fix that in college football, we can tell you who the guilty party was. And defensively for Duke, we didn't get a number. So there's the touchdown run by Antonio Williams on the sweep.
Yeah, look at the nice blocking out in the perimeter. A nice job of reaching the ball as he crosses, gets near the end zone, leads to the touchdown. You're right, Wes. Just all these dual number guys. I mean, it's crazy, man. I don't get it, you know. But I'm glad the officials stepped in the middle there and called on both sides. And hey, all right, guys, let's knock that nonsense off. Let's not create a penalty unnecessarily here.
Here's Gunn to kick it away. Hagen's deep. And this is going to be fielded by Samir Hagans. Trying to find a spot behind the 20-yard line, Kadot. And so Duke will start there. Tied at 7. Don't forget, we're just getting started on a Week 10 triple-header of ACC Network football. Next, we'll send you to Palo Alto, California, the Cardinal and the Pitt Panthers. Boy, Pat Narduzzi's team getting it cranked up a little bit. Aren't they, Steve, with Mason Heitschel at quarterback, and then ACC Primetime presented by Surf Pro. To the state capital of Florida we go. Jake Dickert's Deacons and Mike Norvell's Seminoles.
That should be a good one.
Yep,
a lot of good games out there, Wes.
Nate Shepard, the running back here from Mensa. Blue Devils from the 21 in a 7-all ball game here at Frank Howard Field. And this is Shepard. Boy, and he got knocked down. That was Ricardo Jones, making his 7th career start today. He's got 3 interceptions, by the way, to lead the Tigers. And then you turn the tape on, Steve, and this guy hangs around the football a lot, too.
Yeah, well, they dropped him down in the box. They obviously were playing run right there, and he filled like a linebacker, like shot out of a cannon. That was a heck of a football play.
That's Barcade in motion. Play fake by Mensa. Coming back. Oh, look at this. Wide open. It's a bust in the secondary, and Cooper Barcade sets sail. And it is a long touchdown. 77 yards unofficially for Cooper Barcade and Darian Mensa.
Well, what you have right now is this. The corner came late, thought maybe the quarterback was a threat of running. They busted the coverage, obviously, in some kind of man coverage, and he's down the boundary, free right here. Looked like they're maybe bringing a corner fire, but come on, man. This guy's all by himself. There's nobody within 30 yards of him. And then he's running down the field, high-stepping, getting the end zone. What a play.
Extra point by Polino, and Duke answers the Clemson touchdown. Now with one of their own. And the legend of Cooper Barcade continues to grow. Barcade's now got his 5th touchdown catch of the year, and it's a 77-yard strike. Duke by a touchdown.
There was nobody else out picking out Cooper Barcade in man coverage. That's a blown assignment. My assumption would be that Avian Terrell should have matched him and not been a part of that blitz.
Barcade's got his 3rd catch. Now 97 yards and a touchdown. There'll be no return by the Tigers. And let's go downstairs, check to Dana as Clemson tries to answer again.
Well, Wes and Steve, what's scary if you're an opponent playing Duke is that Cooper Barcade still has 1 more year of eligibility. And this is a guy who, out of modern day high school, had plenty of Power 4 offers. He made the decision to go to Harvard after his older sister, Maddie, was a lacrosse student athlete there. He planned to graduate in 3 years from Harvard and then transfer to a Power 4 school. Talk about having your priorities in order.
Well, here's the other thing he's got in order. Here's his last 5 quarters of football. You guys ready? 16 catches, 296 yards.
Wow.
That's his last 5 quarters.
Not bad.
No.
A lot of production right there, guys.
And now Clemson, who just answered a moment ago, Klubnik back to work, trying to equal again. Dumped it to Antonio Williams, tried to, and that got deflected away by Bryce Davis. This is the talented freshman, 6'3", 260 from Greensboro Grimsley, who is the highest rated football recruit in Duke history.
Really nice job on defense. I'm not sure that ball should have been thrown. He laid that up there, and that was a covered route. He was forcing that ball in there. He can't do that. Don't start forcing him now. You got other playmakers. Spread that ball around.
Tell you what, if Kendall Johnson doesn't hit his own teammate, he might pick it.
Yeah, I think that's right.
Klubnik on 2nd and 10. Far side throw, and that's Tristan Smith's first catch. And that might make it 3rd and maybe 9. Tackle made over there by Landon Callahan. He's playing for Kamari Robinson today, who's been ill the last part of the week and not able to go today.
Well, he made a spectacular open field tackle right by the ankles and held on to that tackle. That was really impressive, and now they're forced into a 3rd and long. I think what you want to look for now is the matchup of Clemson's offensive line versus Duke's defensive front. Do they bring pressure? How many do they bring, and can Clemson's line pick it up here?
Tight end, 3 receivers are going to sneak Randall out as a wide receiver. Here's Klubnik, pressured already. He'll roll back here to the near side. He'll have to throw back across his body. Loads, shoots it upfield, incomplete. Vincent Anthony Jr. was in high-speed pursuit of Cade Klubnik. And Manny Diaz, the one thing you know about the Miami native, he loves a good pass rush.
Well, I'll tell you what now, they bluff the blitz and come with Chandler Rivers off the edge. What a really beautiful job of disguising that pressure by Duke. They did not see Chandler Rivers coming. They baited him interiorly, and that's the way you attack protections. Great job by Manny Diaz and his staff. That's really good defense.
Jack Smith trying to punt it away. They fly around Smith again. And at the other end, Brown, who had the first Duke touchdown, calls for the fair catch. 46-yard punt. Duke talked to us yesterday about starting aggressively, Steve. In particular on offense, it's kind of shown up on both sides of the ball. Their aggression might have given up the 64-yard throw to Williams that ultimately set up the first Clemson touchdown. But offensively, they have been on point, turning the volume up.
There's no question, but there's one more phase. They're going after the punts. They're trying to block punts. There are 3 phases he's being aggressive, and he's just going. You got to like that right now. Your team is going to respond to that.
Duke, who has only scored 30 first-quarter points, already has 14 in the opening period here today. Mensah on the perimeter, and Andrell Anthony now. The young man who transferred to the program from Oklahoma, started his college career at Michigan, has his 7th catch in the last 2 games and change. Before Cade Denoff makes the stop for the Tigers off the defensive end spot.
What they're doing right now is they just have a numbers game. They're going to run the wide zone, but they had numbers in the perimeter that they could block Clemson's secondary, so they pop it out there and get a quick 6 yards on an easy bubble.
2nd down and 4, inside 4 minutes to go in this opening period. Mensah going to hand Anderson Castle on the reroute. 1st down for Duke. Out to midfield goes the Appalachian transfer. Castle tackled by Khalil Barnes on the play. 62nd game of Anderson Castle's career.
Really nice upcut off of that stretch play. Put his foot in the ground and got vertical. That's what that play's designed. That was really good running.
Mensah from the pocket. Back foot throw, and is it caught? Yes, Hagans falling out of bounds at the Clemson 35-yard line with Avion Terrell in coverage on a 15-yard throw. There's a flag back around
Holding.
the play.
Offense number 75, 10-yard penalty. Repeat 1st down.
That's holding on the left tackle. Bruno Fino to negate the 15-yard catch by Hagans.
What a shame. When watch the replay here. They do a really good job of forming a pocket, but that's a true hold. What a back shoulder throw by Darian Mensah. Really great throw. They're on the same page, quarterback, receiver, but he's got the penalty. It was a real physical penalty, but it's a penalty, and that knocked off a big explosive.
He was holding Cade Denoff, who is playing that defensive end spot today. Right now in this particular series, instead of TJ Parker for the Tigers. 1st down. Here's a quick strut again. This is Hagans trying to make the catch. There'll be a flag thrown here. I think this may be grasping the face mask. Corian Gibson and Ricardo Jones, the tackle. And I'm not sure that one of those 2 fellows didn't have a face mask.
Face mask. Defense number 12. 15-yard penalty. Automatic 1st down.
That's Corian Gibson, the freshman from Fort Worth, Texas, guilty of the face mask.
That's a crushing penalty. Yeah, there it is right there. Clear face mask penalty. And that's just, they were behind the sticks, down and distance wise, and now those penalties kill you because it's an automatic 1st down. Now they're on the positive side of the field. They happen, but they can happen. I mean, you're playing good defense there. Not good.
Jaquez Moore comes in the ball game. He did not play 2 weeks ago against Georgia Tech. He's in the ball game. Mensah wants to throw from pressure and had it batted down. It'll be ruled incomplete. Denoff got a hand in there, bats it away. Cade Denoff with his first pass breakup of the season. And he's getting we said a moment ago, he's getting an opportunity to play on this defensive line. He's in there now with Stephilen Green, Peter Woods, and also Jaheim Lawson.
Yeah, he came around on a long, what we call a long twist, and came all the way around interiorly on that twist. They pick, and he comes around the thing. He's an active player. He's 2 plays now. He's been an impact. Created a hole, and now bats down that ball.
2nd down and 10. And we get flags from the back. And do we have a delay penalty here on Duke? I think so.
Delay of game. Offense. 5-yard penalty. It's still 2nd down.
Cost the Blue Devils 5, back to midfield. Unforced error for Manny Diaz. Now in his 2nd season in Durham. He's got 13 wins in his first 20 games. He's got 8 conference wins in his first 12, Steve.
Not a bad start.
Nope.
He's done a really great job. These penalties have got to slow down for both teams. I know they're playing hard, and you got to appreciate that right now, but the penalties are killers.
Quick throw. That ball's caught, and that is the tight end, Landon King. 6'5", 230-pound grad transfer, Beaumont, Texas, who plays today in his 43rd career game. King is a little well-traveled. Started at Auburn, then went to Utah, and now in Durham.
Well, he just made a really nice catch there, and I love the way that Mensah got the ball out fast. He's so accurate, Mensah, and has such a quick release. It's tough on the defense.
3rd down now, 7 for a Blue Devil 1st down. Tigers bring 4. Mensah throws, and Higgins can't reach back in the coverage against Brandon Strozier.
Yeah, another back shoulder throw, just was a little bit off target, which is rare by Mensah.
And now Blue Devils 4th and 7, 0 for 3 on 3rd downs. They're 2 for 2 on 4th down, and leading by a score. Manny Diaz again going to go for it on 4th down.
This one I might punt, Wes. I might try to pin him inside the 10, but he's gone for it and had success on 4th down. Real good success. So
Blue Devils can't hear you, Steve. They got the volume turned all the way up.
No doubt.
Mensah, pressure coming across the middle. Hazley 1st down at the 25, and Duke to the 23 on Jerry Hazley's catch. Khalil Barnes the tackle. 3 of 3 on 4th down is Duke. It's a 20-yard throw.
Well, good thing the noise was loud and they can't hear me, because they converted, and a nice play. Going fast here.
This is Higgins. He'll get 3 before he's shoved out of bounds by Terrell.
Those are the 2 plays when they go in tempo. Well, we're going to come back and look at this catch. Look at that strong, nice strong. I love the way you catch your fingertips out, thumbs out, and then get vertical with the ball. But what I was saying before, when you go tempo, you usually run a stretch play or you throw a bubble, right? And both are great getting the defense running when you put them back on the line. So now they got themselves a good 2nd down call.
Tight end left, Anthony, Brown, and Higgins here to the bottom of your screen. And they're going to hand it to Anderson Castle. And he will get nothing on the play. Wade Woodaz, the senior from Tampa Jesuit, makes the play.
Well, they brought a blitz that time where they take the 2 inside linebackers and they cross them and they blitz the middle. It's a run-stopping blitz, and they guessed right. They were running the ball. They had a run-stopping blitz called, so there wasn't anywhere to run the ball. The backers fill the hole too fast and push off the offensive line off their double teams. We'll see a pass here. Nice critical 3rd down, and knowing the way Manny's playing, he's taking 2 downs here to get this one as well.
3rd down and 7 again. Mensah down the seam, touchdown. Andrell Anthony.
Well, I'm going to tell you something, Wes. Anderson Castle, in my mind, gets an MVP on that play. He sorted the pressure out, picked it up. That's really hard to do for these backs. And he gave the opportunity here. You watch him right now. He steps right up here. They come with a late secondary pressure, and that gives the opportunity for Darian Mensah to thread the needle on that throw, which was a beautiful throw. Really nice drive. What a great answer by Duke.
10 plays, 72 yards, 4:24 the time of the drive. In their previous 7 games, Duke had scored 30 first quarter points. The Blue Devils have now scored 21 first quarter points here today at Clemson. And Andrell Anthony has got his 4th touchdown catch of the season and the 8th of his 41-game college career.
Well, Wes, you live by the blitz, you die by the blitz, and the blitz came and they got in man coverage, and they beat man coverage that time with that skinny post route. So that's the problem sometimes, you know, feast or famine.
So the Blue Devils, who wanted to start fast, be aggressive, certainly on offense, and that has produced 3 touchdowns in 3 possessions in this opening quarter of play. And with just 5 seconds left, it's now a 2-touchdown deficit, and the Tigers getting ready to take the football again. And a crowd that was already slightly pensive here at Memorial Stadium and Frank Howard Field today about today's game is already kind of seen what they had hoped to avoid. And that is a fast start by the Blue Devils, who are 3-1 in the ACC. And Steve didn't wait long today. A couple of 4th down throws to Barkate, then the touchdown to Quayshawn Brown got Duke started. And then maybe the most important thing Clemson did in this first half was answer the Duke touchdown.
They did, with a couple of explosive plays that set them up for that touchdown. And there's a lot of ball left to play here, and they've got to just answer now. Clemson, play within themselves, and have a nice drive, put a nice drive together, and answer here.
Barkate the score, and then a moment ago Anthony on the 20-yard catch to make it 21-7. Gideon Davidson's the running back. Klubnik puts it on the perimeter, and Antonio Williams back to work. Out across the 25, 28-yard line, tackled by Caleb Weaver. That's going to get us to the end of the first quarter. Mensah and the Blue Devils, 3 touchdowns. He's already tied his career high with 3 TD passes in the opening quarter.
On 4th and 8, but you know, we've got a corner blitz with a cover 2, and we bust, and then we have an inside corner trap, and we're just not doing the little things, base stuff. So 2 busted big play touchdowns, and this quarterback's really good. He'll find them.
Thank you.
Okay.
Gideon Davidson on the first down carry. As we rejoin you, Trey Freeman, the tackle for the Blue Devils.
Well, as you heard, West, you know, Dabo cleaned that up. That pressure that happened, that was supposed to be a corner fire, and the safety didn't come over the top on the ex-receiver. So, as he said, Darian Mensah will find those mistakes and those problems.
So 2nd down now, or 3rd down now, and 7 for Clemson. And Cade Klubnik there's a catch. That's Tristan Smith out to the 47, 48-yard line. Good throw by Klubnik. Sharp throw in the zone. He finds a guy they were excited to get more reps from, Tristan Smith, who's helping fill the void of the Wesco injury.
Yeah, they're going to need him to do that. No doubt about it. He makes a nice catch right here. Put the ball away, though. Don't hold it out there. Good conversion, good explosive pass play. Nice ball by Klubnik. Puts them at midfield is what they need. They have to have a drive here. They have to go get points here. This is critical.
Ball at the 48 now for the Tigers, trailing 2 scores early in quarter 2. Klubnik wide open. Oh boy, missed Smith. Tristan Smith had found a home again.
Oh, that one's on Tristan Smith, I think. I mean, I think what happened was he took a sneak peek to see who was going to hit him. Oh, yes, he did. That's a good ball right there. You've got to see that ball into your hands, and then you've got to clamp the ball in your hands. He took his eyes off of that, because sometimes when you catch the ball in the middle of the field, you think someone's coming to hit you. That's a shame right there.
That's Williams in motion. He had a hot start here for the Tigers. They're going to hand it to Davidson. A little counter here. Gideon Davidson, a first down run for the Tigers. Toward the Duke 35 goes the freshman from Lynchburg, Virginia. Francois makes the tackle.
Official timeout. One injury.
And the Tigers shaken up behind the play here.
Davidson's you can tell he's a glider. He did a nice job of reading his blocks right there. He's an exciting young player and created a nice explosive in the run game.
And that's Harris Sewell, who is shaken up on the play. He and Braden Jacobs have been the two Tiger left guards so far, and we saw Sewell at right guard earlier too, right, Steve?
Yeah, he's playing both guard spots, and you know, I'm glad to see him walking off. He's such a great young man. I had a chance to be involved recruiting him. Talented guy out of a great high school program, but he's walking off in his own power, and that's good to see. Hopefully he'll be okay.
Yeah, he's a mojo. Played at Permian, right?
Oh yeah, I spent a lot of days out there in that recruiting process. You know, it's really out there, that place. But anyways,
out in Odessa with Billy Bob Thornton and everybody.
Woo, man, I got a little nervous when he said there's rattlesnakes on the roads. I'm like, get me out of here, man. All I ain't do is snakes.
Man, I'm from Connecticut. I'm not used to that. Here's Davidson again, trying to fight for yardage. And he'll get at least one, maybe two. Freeman another stop for the Blue Devils. Yeah, they were there. I tell you, the Sewell injury, if I remember this correctly, Dana, in our visit, not just yesterday, but also last week, Harris Sewell is a guy, too, they want to see play center, Steve.
Yeah.
And you hope he's not banged up too badly, because that takes away a little more of their depth in the offensive line. Remember, they lost Colin Sadler 2 weeks ago. Now, it's not a season-ending injury, but it's one that Sadler does not play today for sure. Here's a quick throw, and this is T.J. Moore fighting through. And he fumbled the ball, but I think the Tigers have jumped back on it at the 17. Freeman raked it out of there. And in the pile they go. You see Anderson fighting.
On the field as a fumble recovered by the offense. First down.
And it looked like Gideon Davidson may have gotten on this.
Yeah, that's why you have to hustle to the ball. They were running a jailbreak break screen, the lineman release on the screen. They had the perfect call for that blitz, because when you have heavy pressure and you let the pressure through, man, it opens up the jailbreaks. Good job of popping the ball out. Better job of hustling in pursuit by Clemson and getting on that ball.
And Dabo Swinney going to punch a timeout here.
We'll
step aside with him.
Clemson.
Almost an hour old at Tiger Town. Clemson on a red zone trip when we continue. The coordinator for the Blue Devils that day, Stephen Orr Spurrier. The head coach of the Blue Devils, Elon legend Red Wilson.
Wow, you're digging deep, Wes.
There's Gideon Davidson, who's on a burner right now for the Tigers, or Adam Randall. That's 8, not 9 with the carry. And by the way, since that day, Duke has not won at Clemson.
That's amazing. That's
Mike Krzyzewski's first year as head coach of basketball. Queen was the top of the charts. Dallas, MASH, and the Dukes of Hazzard were television's #1 shows.
Wow.
That's what Duke's trying to snap today. A 15-game losing streak at Clemson to the Tigers. They haven't been here since November of 2018. Here's Klubnik, the throw. Olsen, Pat Henry, the catch. He'll be tackled inside the 5. It's 1st and goal for the Tigers.
Well, they're 1st and goal in the red zone, and I think that's critical. I like the way Klubnik's throwing the ball right now. I really do.
They're going to go get black and white stills. Side note, Duke football had a great slogan. Red Wilson, who liked up-tempo offense with Spurrier, they had bumper stickers that said red means go. It was really good. Back in the day, we had that kind of thing.
I'm in memory lane just watching. That's what I remember watching the. I have some of those stills and watching the videotape.
Yeah.
Oh man, alive! 16 millimeter.
10th play of the drive. Here's Klubnik looking to throw end zone, and wide open Antonio Williams for his 2nd touchdown. So for the 2nd time in 4 possessions, Clemson has answered a Duke touchdown with one of their own.
Well, Manny Diaz said one of their concerns is their back end, and they're coming off here a little bit of an RPO action, and somebody in man coverage cut Williams loose. You can't do that. That's happened a couple of times. Both teams now have had some real coverage issues that have led to wide open guys for scores.
11 plays, 75 yards in 439. Tigers on the board again. Cade Klubnik, touchdown pass number 12 on the season.
Antonio Williams is going to be left scot-free running a little corner route, and they run an RPO, and Klubnik sees they cut him loose, and they hit him on that little corner route wide open. Really nicely schemed. The 3-by-1 created a little bit of a mix-up in the man coverage.
No return for the Blue Devils. Duke off its 25. Blue Devils have had the ball 3 times and scored 3 touchdowns. Darian Mintza's thrown for 3 of those scores. Brown, Barcade, and Andrell Anthony. Clemson has answered with touchdowns in 2 of their last 3 possessions to the Duke touchdowns. It's almost like we're just changing serve here, Adazio.
Well, you're seeing these coverage busts right now are creating these explosives, and got a lot of offensive ball happening here.
Nate Shepard is back in the ball game with Darian Mintza. Hazley, the tight end, in motion with 3 receivers. Clemson shows a pressure. They're going to hand it to Shepard, and the Tigers are right there. Shepard will fight for 2 to the 27. Rode hard to hoe up front with Peter Woods in the way. Out of Alabaster, Alabama. 13 career tackles for loss for Woods.
I would say that this is a pretty important defensive series here for Clemson. I mean, to get a stop here, to be able to get the ball back and continue to build momentum is what they need here.
2nd down and 8 from Mintza. They're going to hand it to Shepard again. And Capehart right there in the middle of it to make the stop for Tom Allen's defense, Dana.
Wes and Steve, while the Clemson offense was on the field, defensive coordinator Tom Allen was getting after his defense, saying you have to play every play like it's your last. You saw that right on that last play, and the players love playing for him. He's got an enthusiastic approach, and he actually made the adjustment. He was in the box, he came down the field, he said, I want to be able to look players in the eyes.
Dana, I love that, because I believe that's what players need to feel, the fire of their defensive coordinator, and he's got fire.
And now they've got a sack. Capehart again led the charge, and he had Woods with him. So DeMonte Capehart making just his 11th career start. He and Peter Woods, the 2 inside technique guys, ruled the last 2 snaps there.
They sure did, and that was you're watching Peter Woods at his best. He's a big athletic guy that's really hard for the offensive line to block, and that's a great defensive series for Clemson.
Cade Reynolds, the Aussie, to punt it away. Hangs it high. Antonio Williams backs up and signals for a fair catch. So Clemson finally turns away the Duke offense. Mintza sacked on the 3rd and 10 play. Tigers with the ball, down a touchdown when we come back.
I like his passion and his energy right there. They can feel it.
Tigers take over the ball after Clemson's defense under Allen's tutelage posted its first 3 and out of the day. Duke's only had 13 3 and outs this year. Here's a long throw. Klubnik to Tristan Smith. And he'll be tackled right around the 45, 46 yard line. Deshaun Stone, the terrific junior from Asheville, North Carolina, redshirt sophomore rather, makes the stop. Klubnik and the Tigers on the bump here after the 14-yard throw.
You got to like Klubnik. You know, Wes, right now he's pretty accurate. He's throwing the ball well.
Yep. Found a bit of a rhythm. They're going to toss it, and this is Randall trying to get right side. He'll crack the midfield line, fall forward into Duke territory. Steve, Clemson's having to chase a little bit here in the first half. Duke the 3 touchdowns.
One injury.
And we got an injured player, so it is Smith who is going back to the huddle, I think. And he's got to come out for a snap. Klubnik is 9 of 12 now for 129. The touchdown to Williams a moment ago.
But you know, Wes, you kind of feel their energy right now. I mean, I think Clemson's fighting right now. They're playing hard. Dabo's done a great job of keeping the attitude high and the energy high. You can feel it now. To close this drive out would be big for them here.
Well, the one thing is Dabo doesn't linger, right? He's always playing up and playing ahead.
And that's evident. And that's a good thing. That's what your team needs. That's what a leader has to do.
Randall, the running back. They're going to hand it to Adam Randall into the secondary. Good hard run by Randall. Stone makes another Duke tackle. But this one's at the 33-yard line. It's a 15-yard run for the grad student from Myrtle Beach.
No, you don't want your high safeties making tackles. That's what means it's a big play.
Klubnik fakes the toss, wants to throw. Williams gives chase. Klubnik now downfield. Pat Henry can't hang on. He had Callahan there. And Olsen, Pat Henry at 240 pounds could not reel it in.
Well, when you watch this right now, Braden Jacobs is going to be a part of that play action pass. He needed to finish that block because when Klubnik got flushed, the timing was off. If the timing wasn't off on that, that would have been a touchdown throw. And that's a shame for Clemson. That was another big explosive opportunity, but that's okay. Replay it here. We got second down, go again. They're playing hard.
Tristan Smith back in. He and Antonio Williams to the far side. Bettencourt and Pat Henry, the two tights to the right. They're going to hand it to Antonio Williams again. He'll try and make a move at the 25, and the stack's going to take him inside the 20. Tigers are hustling. Dabo's punch in the air right at the 15. 16-yard run for Antonio Williams. It's a pass play, actually, because it was tossed in front of him. Yeah, and Antonio Williams has got it. They're going to spot it at the 17.
Run a little jet sweep to him, but I tell you, look at his effort. Look at the way he's driving. Look at the Clemson team running down. Big lineman running down. Push the pile. That means you're playing with some juice.
They really like this two-tight package. Now the toss. Randall again, right side. Full head of steam. Out of bounds he goes. Crowd wants a late hit. Right on the line with Elliott Shopper, the linebacker. He's a former high school Westlake guy like Cade Klubnik.
Oh, boy. That really should have been a penalty. He's way down the paint after the whistle. That could have been an injury. That probably should have been a penalty, Dabo. He's working him, Dabo, right now. I get it. I get it. Yeah, he's not happy. But he's got to be happy with the play of his offense right now.
Second down and 3. Tigers trying to tie this thing now. Duke led 14-0. Or it was 7-7, then 14-7, then 21-7. Clemson trying to answer. Inside route. Batted out of there by Francois, and a flag thrown on a ball for Pat Henry. This going to be pass interference?
Yes. Yep, I believe so. They ran a slant route versus man coverage, and I think they might have got a hold of his arm.
Tim Hedgepeth, our referee.
Pass interference. Defense number 2. The ball is placed at the 2-yard line. Automatic first down.
Yeah, they're going to come off that little delay, run a slant versus man, and he kind of got him across his body. It's a good call. He grabbed him. So, you know, here it is, 1st and goal from the 2. Let's see if we got the big man package here. Nope, not yet. We're not going there yet.
Randall, the running back, with Klubnik in the gun. Straight ahead, touchdown for Adam Randall. So Clemson now in their last 2 possessions, Steve. A touchdown, they post a 3-and-out on the Blue Devils, and another touchdown. They're an extra point from tying the ball game.
And they look explosive and energized, playing good football. That run for that touchdown, that's the way you got to run the ball. He was one-on-one with a safety, lowered his pads, and drove him into the end zone. And that's how you low pad run when you're running for touchdowns in the low red zone. Love that.
Tigers that only had 33 yards of rushing their previous 4 drives. They had 44 on that possession. And the touchdown for Randall. Just straight ahead football here, Coach.
Yeah, man. BYOB, be your own blocker. That's it right there. Nobody blocked. Boom! You're going to hit that safety, knock him backwards. That's how you run the football. Unblocked defender in the hole, doesn't matter. Everybody's energized, West, right now. I am, shoot. The stands are. Got a football game here.
Yeah,
This is going. It's happening.
Clemson faithful awfully quiet when it was 21-7. They've now rallied to the Tigers. And the game is tied at 21.
Well, it's Duke's turn now. Duke's got to answer here now. That's, you know, they've got to come back, have an offensive series here. This is kind of critical. We said it was critical for Clemson, and it was, and they answered. It's critical for Duke right now.
That's Samir Hagens, the grad student from Philadelphia. Guns kick. And a fair catch will be taken by Jaden Moore. So the 25-yard line is where Duke will start. Don't forget the fall seasons roll on. We got 2 more ACC championships for you here on ACC Network. Our women's soccer first-round coverage starts tomorrow. Louisville and Duke at 6 o'clock Eastern, followed by Virginia, Florida State. Meanwhile, field hockey quarterfinals begin on Tuesday at 10 a.m. in Louisville. Other 3 matches are 12:30, 3:30, and 6 Eastern. ACC Network is the home of ACC championships. You see the second quarter yardage numbers. Clemson 132, Duke -7.
Yeah, they sure have dominated the quarter so far, but it's not over.
Duke had 199 in the first quarter. Snap to Mensah. Wants to throw and sacked. Jaheim Lawson. My goodness.
He's like he's shot out of a cannon here. He beats his man, gets vertical. Duke's lucky that ball didn't come out right there. That ball was loose. That could have been a disaster. Never mind the loss of 10 yards. That might have gone the other way for a touchdown.
Lawson played right down the road at Daniel High School. And he posts his 3.5 sack this fall. Snap to Mensah on 2nd and long to his right. Wants to throw downfield and off the fingertips of Brown. Ashton Hampton was in coverage.
Yeah, Ashton Hampton did a really good job of getting his hands and swatting down. You'll watch on this naked here. That's a pretty good ball, tell you the truth. But he right last second punches his arm right through and knocks that ball out. It's good defensive play, putting him in a really tough 3rd and long. And what Darian Mensah's got to be careful, the coaches have to be careful here, that, you know, they want to turn this thing over now.
Well,
don't force it here right now.
Clemson's done a good job of neutralizing Barcade too, Steve.
Yeah, where is he? Well, he may show up now.
Here's Mensah to his left. He'll flip it out, Shepard to catch, and he will get to the 20. Flag is down, middle of the field here. Avion Terrell, the tackle of Nate Shepard. And Tim Hedgepeth.
An eligible player downfield. Offense number 64. The penalty is declined. 4th down.
That's another 3 and out for the Tiger defense. Wow.
Yeah, wow. You feel it, right? You feel it.
Well, the interesting part about it is Duke did exactly what they wanted to do in their first 3 offensive possessions. And to a degree, they had a little defensive mojo built too. Clemson's found a way to move them off point here with pressure.
Yeah.
Something they were not able to do 2 weeks ago against SMU.
Right. I think pressure is a big factor here. And I got to say, I think the play of Klubnik has been a big factor here as well. And I always say, great quarterback play lifts all the boats in high tide, and you're seeing it.
Yep. He's less than 10 an attempt. Reynoldson, a running start, and the Aussie lands a high punt. Boy, that's going to take a Duke bounce. Williams wants to field it, and he'll be tackled at the 20. 57-yard punt by Reynoldson is going to equal his best. He had a Cal punt of 57 as well about a month ago. You see the Duke by quarter. 21 points, almost 200 yards of offense. A real fight here in the second quarter for Manny Diaz's offense. Meanwhile, 14 straight by the Tigers, who have never led today. It's been tied, but they've never led. Now they've got a chance at 21 all and 4.5 to go before the half. And Cade Klubnik, Steve, there's the numbers. 13 attempts, 129. Just off 10 an attempt here for Klubnik with a touchdown.
Yeah, no doubt. I think he's playing well, and I think the defensive front for Clemson's playing well and knocking Duke off schedule. And what you're seeing is a momentum shift right now. See if they, like you said, Wes, can they come back and score here?
Randall, the carry, breaks through 2 tackles. First down and more out to the 20-yard line. Big run of 17 for Adam Randall. Gets the drive started for Clemson. And Steve, a team that 2 weeks ago was having a hard time pressing it against SMU, has found some running room today against a pretty good Duke front.
I don't think there's any question. You're seeing right now everyone's playing a little harder. I mean, Adam Randall, look at the way he's running violently. I just think that that's what momentum, positivity, what that can do for you. It's unbelievable in football now.
First down and 10. Again, the carry for Randall, and he got tripped up in the backfield. Murcott, the linebacker, got a hand in there. Also, Kevin O'Connor, I think, was in the mix. 15 on the play.
And they brought a little pressure. They're trying to react now by bringing some of their own pressure to disrupt the flow here. They have got to knock Clemson with a negative yardage play and get them behind the chains. And Clemson right now is not having any of that.
Gideon Davidson is checked in for Randall. 2-by-2 look for the Tigers on 2nd and 10. Klubnik from the pocket, middle of the field. Davidson the catch and knocked down at the 49. It'll be 3rd and 1 by Trey Freeman. You know, we were joking with Garrett Riley yesterday. Gideon Davidson wears number 9. The last running back to run around here in number 9 was 2-time ACC Player of the Year Travis Etienne.
Yeah.
He drove Adazio nuts, by the way.
Oh, man, he is a good player.
And now Gideon Davidson has come in. You just don't wear 9 at Clemson and play running back unless you mean it.
I guess not. I guess not. Well, he's got 2 downs here, if I'm guessing, to make a first down. I mean, he's going to keep this momentum going no matter what.
Randall back in the game. He gets the carry and hit the 50-yard line. I think that's enough, and it is for the Tiger first down. There's the Tigers offensive coordinator, Garrett Riley.
Well, he said, Wes, to us that he was going to be aggressive and he was going to go get it, and he's done that. To his credit, I think he's called a really good game, and he's keeping the pedal down with the offense.
Clemson's run for over 100 yards here in this first half. Tied at 21. This will be the last snap before the 2-minute timeout. That's Moore in motion. Play fake by Klubnik. Now flush from the pocket to his right. Does he tee it up? Now he'll bail here to the near side. Going to keep it. He will step out of bounds after about a 7 or 8 yard run to the 43. That'll get us to the 2-minute timeout.
This is the 2-minute.
We're going to come back. Tigers are going to be 2nd and short. Clemson's got 1 timeout and a chance to take the lead to the locker room when we continue on ACC Network. Hard to believe we're about 5 weeks away, Steve. ACC championship in uptown Charlotte, Bank of America Stadium. Tigers, you see, 72 yards, first 3 drives. Not anymore. Clemson's in full gear now, both sides of the ball here. Chance to take the lead at the half. In the final 2 minutes, they're going to trap it with Adam Randall, and that's a first down run to the 36. Now remember, Dabo only has 1 timeout, the clock running now. Inside of 2 minutes to go.
Well, they said they had to run the ball. They're running the ball, and they're running with success. And I think Adam Randall's really, really doing a great job with patience on that last run.
Yeah, but TJ Moore to the far side, Smith and Williams here to the near side. Klubnik is thrown for 138. And now a slide. Randall around to the near side, and he's going to get 9 again. Deshaun Stone makes the stop out of the Blue Devils secondary. 10-yard run right at a first down number, and Klubnik right up on the beat again.
That's called a pin and pull play.
Free play for Klubnik. Nope, they're going to stop it. VJ Anthony was well over the line before the snap, and this will give the Tigers a free 5 down to the 21, I think. Well, they're asking about the. Here's Tim Hedgepeth.
Offside, unabated to the backfield, defense number 7. The penalty is declined. Correction, 5-yard penalty. It's still first down. The 10-second runoff is declined. The clock will start on the snap.
You see Anthony Anderson, he was also offside too. They didn't get the first guy, they were going to get the second guy.
Yeah.
Dabo declined the 10-second runoff. Of course he did. So it is 1st and 5 at the 21. Klubnik going to run it again with Randall. Adam Randall, first down and more. How about 1st and goal? And now a flag is thrown in late from behind the Blue Devils secondary. Clock stops with 75 seconds left to go. Randall on a 13-yard run.
Personal foul, illegal block below the waist. Defense number 8. The penalty is enforced, half the distance to the goal. Automatic first down.
So that'll take it to the 4, 4.5.
Yeah. Yeah, that's that rule where you can't go low on an offensive lineman trying to block you high.
There it is.
And the DB went low, and that's a penalty. Haven't seen that in a while. That's a good call, and that's a penalty, obviously.
Correction, the offense wants the clock to start on my signal.
86 yards on a dozen carries, 7.2 yard average for Adam Randall in this first half.
Dabo said yesterday he was going to challenge that O-line. I think he challenged him. I think challenge accepted.
Going to hand to Randall, right side. Duke trying to cover the big back, and he'll drive it down to just outside the 2. Chandler Rivers out of Beaumont, Texas, the senior. 47th career game, makes the stop.
Duke.
And now Duke will use the first of their 3.
30 seconds.
With just beyond a minute to play. Steve, if you're Manny Diaz,
please set the game clock to 1 minute.
More than likely you're going to be behind going to the locker room.
Yeah.
How do you handle this with your team? Because this is a team that's pretty well heeled in terms of the way they're all set up here.
Yeah, I think you go in there and you explain to them, listen, we had control of this game. We were playing the way we wanted to play. We had a lull in the second quarter. Now we got to come back and win the third quarter. And I think that's what's going to happen in the locker room. No panic. No panic. Just a lot of juice, a lot of positivity.
Boy, Vincent Anthony is not having it now. He is fired up at the Duke bench.
I love that. Love that. Your best players got to stand up right now. They got to lead. Best players. You can make a stand here. Got to respond here. And on the flip side of that right now, Clemson's got to punch this thing in. They got to come off the ball, knock them back, and find a way to go score a touchdown here.
310-pound Peter Woods is coming at the fullback spot ahead of Randall. Talk about your power eyes. Toss to Randall, right side, touchdown for Clemson. Another 2-yard touchdown run for Adam Randall. 10 plays, 77 yards in 3.5 minutes for the Tigers to take the lead.
It's safe to say they have captured momentum in the second quarter.
And 200 yards of offense, Steve.
Yeah, no doubt. No doubt.
28-21 Clemson on the Hoosier Point. My goodness.
Wow. They're running. This is what running the football can do for you. It sets everything else up. Even with that big package down there, they ran that toss sweep. You're going to see them here to the right now. They're going to toss the ball out here and let Peter Woods be a lead blocker, seal the box like he did. And we had Adam Randall go in basically untouched for a walk-in touchdown as an exclamation point on another great drive by Clemson.
Clemson trailed 21-7 at the end of the first quarter. And they lead 28-21 with 61 seconds left to go. Manny Diaz has got 2 timeouts. Gunn's kick will not be returned. Blue Devils, who are minus 12 yards of offense, in the second quarter will start from their 25-yard line. Don't forget, coming up at the half, we'll send you to Dallas, actually to University Park, Texas. Taylor Tannenbaum, Eddie Royal, Eric McLean, Jimbo Fisher. They'll get you up to speed on all the ACC action here in the noon hour, and that means Miami SMU highlights. And a first recap of what we've seen here at Frank Howard Field. On a big day of ACC football, still to come today, Louisville's at Virginia Tech. The Cavaliers of Virginia are in Berkeley, and Pitt is at Stanford. That's our next game here on ACC Network. Then the nightcap, Florida State hosting Wake Forest. There's a throw by Mensah, and this is Barcate across the first down stick at the 35. And don't forget, number 8 Georgia Tech's at NC State tonight with a 7:30 start in Raleigh.
Well, before, when you were talking, Wes, I was going to say they got to find Cooper Barcate right now. Your best player's got to make plays in this drive.
Mensah looking for Barcate, threw it behind him, incomplete. No flag on the play.
A little miscommunication there is what happened. He was thinking Barcate was going to come back to the ball, and he didn't.
Working against Ashton Hampton. Mensah started off like he was going to be the reincarnate of Ben Bennett in here from 1980. He settled into a 13-20 first half, 190 yards and 3 touchdowns. Barcate's over 100 yards on 4 catches. Mensah from the pocket, back foot throw, and another catch. That's Barcate taking a lick near midfield with 38 seconds left. Manny Diaz going to call a timeout. Khalil Barnes, the big stick from the Clemson secondary on the 13-yard throw.
You know, that was really, with the pressure in his face, that was a really great job with the throw. And then of course, watch the strong hands here. Look at Barcate right now. He's going to snap off his route and come up strong and take a shot, but that ball's secured. But that throw was equally as impressive while he was getting smashed as the pocket collapsed. Those are 2 really good football players making a really big play and a critical. Now they've got 3rd and short right here. The object now is you just got to make sure you get this first down.
3rd and 1 at the Duke 44, and Duke down to 1 timeout. Clemson doesn't mind the first down, they just mind the touchdown, right?
Yes, but in Duke's mind, they got to get a first down here.
Mensah threw it behind Barcate. Hampton almost intercepted it. Darian Mensah missing Cooper Barcate, and it was almost Ashton Hampton's 4th career interception.
Yeah, bad ball. It was off an RPO, a run pass option. They were going to, if it was the right box, they were going to hand it off. Loaded box, he's going to come out and try to throw the route. It was open, but it was just a bad football, bad pass.
And Duke will take Barcate out, and the Blue Devils are going to go for this on 4th and 1 with 35 seconds left. Look at this, Duke making all sorts of changes in their defensive front as Clemson also responds.
Too many guys on the field for Clemson. They got to get them off.
Dabo Swinney's got to call a timeout. 6, 8, 10. They had 12, 13 guys out there at one point.
Oh yeah, I saw them all. I said he had to call that timeout, and that was, not good.
Hey Dana, by the way, Adazio was up here in coaching fire drill mode again. He was trying to call Dabo's timeout. Yeah. Every once in a while, folks, Steve goes back where he gets the khaki pants and the hands on knees, and we start looking. Right? Start looking, and you flash back to being a head coach pretty quick. It doesn't take long, big fella.
No, they're like, a Vietnam flashback. I mean, you're in here and you're like, oh man, no.
From down here on the sideline, Steve, I can sense it. I was getting a little nervous for you as I started counting all those extra players on the field.
All right.
They're still got their numbers. They're trying to match personnel is what's going on right now. Now they're trying to make a call, the defense, based on the personnel, and they've got quads, 4 receivers to the offense's left.
Castle's in the game as the running back. Clemson's got 4 on the line. Duke with 1 timeout. They're going to hand it to Anderson Castle. He got the first down.
So that was all in an effort right there, quads and the formation to pull the defense out of the box so they could have a light box to run it the whole time. I'm surprised Clemson kind of fell for that just a little bit, but they had to cover down.
Clock starts again, 27 seconds left. Snap to Mensah on the first down play and tried to make the throw toward Quayshawn Brown and Avion Terrell. The second Tiger in the drive to have his hands on the football, but cannot complete the interception.
They were all over that route, and it was a little bit late, and they jumped it. Oh, man. Wow, that could have been a pick, should have been a pick, really.
Marquette not on the field here.
Don't understand that.
For 2nd and 10.
Yeah, I'm shocked.
Here's Mensah from the pocket. Cuts it loose. That's going to be a flag and pass interference on Hampton against Andrell Anthony.
I wonder if Barcade's hurt or something.
He was standing over on the Duke sideline. Dana, I couldn't see specifically. It looked like he was just maybe tired and was having some water out of one of the bottles that they have.
Defense number 23. The ball is placed at the spot of the foul. Automatic first down.
You got to get your dude on the field, man. You got to get him in there. Just 18 seconds.
Hampton.
Yeah, he's all over him coming out of the break, grabs and takes him. That's like a WWF takedown right there. Yeah, no, I mean, 18 seconds, probably got like 3 plays.
Take a shot here, Steve.
Oh yeah,
Polino's
you got to. Yeah.
Polino does not have long range in terms of field goal tries.
Yep.
Here's a play fake, Mensah to throw. And there's the shot downfield. There's Brown. It's caught. Touchdown, Duke. 43 yards to Quayshawn Brown.
How in the heck do you let Quayshawn Brown get behind you in that situation? I have no idea. He was open by it, not just a little. Wow, what a throw, what a play.
4th touchdown pass of the day for Darian Mensah. Duke now in the top 10 of the FBS. They've got 25 plays of 30 or more yards. Last year they only had 21. Today they've got a 77-yard strike and now a 43-yarder. Polino's point ties the game. A 43-yard throw from Darian Mensah to Quayshawn Brown.
Oh man, they're just running him right down the seam. And he got behind the DB. I don't understand. Got behind Khalil Barnes. I mean, deeper than the deepest man. Keep everything in front of you. I don't know how that happens. And I mean, the whole world knows they got to. We were talking, Wes. You're like, they got to take a shot, don't they, Steve? Yeah, they got to take a shot. I mean, that blows my mind a little bit. But give Duke credit, and they hung in there, got the ball to midfield, got themselves a chance to be in position to take a shot, and sure enough, big momentum turn there.
And the Blue Devils get the ball to start the second half. So Clemson, who had played probably one of their best quarters of football all year in terms of offense and defense together, gives up a home run ball to Brown. And now with 11 seconds left, Dabo Swinney's mood at the Clemson bench is drastically different than it was about 3 or 4 minutes ago. And Dabo is fired up.
Wow. I can hear Dabo, I can hear Coach Swinney all the way up here in the booth right now. He is fired up, and I don't blame him. He's saying to the defense, we can't have that. What are you doing?
They're going to run it with Randall. Clemson's out of timeouts. That'll be the final play of the first half. Boy, what an entertaining 30 minutes this has been.
Sure
Tale
is.
of 2 quarters, and Dabo Swinney still chasing his defense as the Tigers go to the locker room.
He's got to get a hold of himself here, Wes, because I tell you what, you're going into the locker room right now. Keep it positive as you go in.
28-all. We send you to Dallas on ACC Network. So 28-all here as we get ready to go the second half. And the kick to the Blue Devils toward the back of the end zone. So Duke in a tie game at 28 all will get the ball at its 25-yard line. Let's start the second half. Here's Dana Boyle.
Well, we saw a very intense and fired up Dabo Swinney going into the locker room. I can confirm when I spoke to him, still as heated coming out of the tunnel at halftime. He was fired up. He said, that's the worst coverage I've seen on 3 of those Duke touchdowns. He said the penalties, the little things we let slip in the second quarter. It's the tale of 2 quarters, and for Manny Diaz a little bit more composed, but he did say Clemson's rushing yards, worst performance he's seen in the first half. We've got to be accountable for the run game.
Top of the score bug, you see the difference in quarter offense for both of these schools. And Duke, who only had 11 yards of rushing in the first half, gets Nate Shepard cranked up, and he gets almost 15 on first down.
Well, Duke's got to come out here hitting all cylinders, and you know, the beautiful thing is going into the half with momentum. Come out here after half and keep momentum on your side.
First down and 10 again. They're going to run Shepard a second time, and he's going to get almost 7 on that play. Will Helt will make the tackle.
Well, they brought some pressure that time, and he got behind the defense on an upcut. But I tell you what, he's been quiet so far tonight, and don't be surprised if all of a sudden we don't see an explosive run, you know, coming out of Nate Shepard.
Second down and 4. Ball at the 46-yard line. That's Brown in motion. Here's Mensah looking to throw for the first time. Flush from the pocket, marker down. Parker pressured him for Clemson. I think they're going to get a hold here on Duke. Yeah, thrown in the neighborhood of a hold.
Holding. Offense number 77. 10-yard penalty. Repeat first down.
He got beat right at the snap, turned around and grabbed him. That's usually what the MO is, and that's what happens. You can see the hold right here. You know, they ran a little inside move, and he just got beat and grabbed him. Not good. Really puts you. They had a great down and distance, and now all of a sudden they're behind the chains at second and real long.
So here's Mensah now in the gun on second down after the penalty. And it batted in the air. Mensah caught his own pass and got knocked down. Wood has deflected the ball up in the air. And then Will Helt made the tackle, I think.
Yeah, they're getting a lot of penetration on Clemson's defensive line is right now. And, you know, Mensah's under duress. They're lucky that thing didn't get batted and tipped into Clemson's hands. So they started out strong, Duke, but all of a sudden now what's happened is, you know, Clemson's bowed up a little bit, especially with the defensive line.
Third and a zip code for the Blue Devils. And they're going to hand it to Shepard. Nate Shepard tries to get to the corner and got knocked down shy of the original first down stick at the 40. Ricardo Jones on the tackle. And that's going to bring the punting team on, so Cade Reynolds will come out there for the Blue Devils.
That last little, I think those yards were important, though. It gives Duke a chance to, with a good punt here, tilt the field, which was kind of critically important. You know, they were heading backwards the wrong direction.
Yep. Antonio Williams is deep here to take the Reynoldson punt. A couple of steps, that got blocked. Partially blocked on the play. Clemson's going to end up with it around midfield. And that was Tyler Venables that got in there to block it. I believe 24 Venables is the one who got the block for the Tigers here.
Yeah.
We had seen Reynoldson kind of run up a couple steps in a previous punt, Steve. That time he ran right into Venables.
I mean, that was well coached, that punt block, and Venables knew he was going to stick him because he knew where the rugby side was going to be. So he beat the block to that side and then got his hands on the ball. Really nice. Love when teams go after and block punts. That's the way to go. It's so hard to block for returns. Go after them.
Momentum shift. They hand it to Randall, and the Blue Devils arrive. Clemson had the upper hand in the run game in the second quarter, and that time Aaron Hall, Wesley Williams were there. Goodness.
Yeah, they just got tremendous, penetration, and the block back never got back. The center did not get back on the block back. They were running a gap scheme, 2 pullers, and he didn't get back. They beat him up the field, and that's really good defensive play, creating a negative yardage play.
Loss of almost 4. Klubnik to throw here on second down. Hit as he does, dumps it to Randall across midfield, and Weaver hit him at the 48. Boy, Klubnik took a real shot from the Duke front. And you see Cade is showing a little bit of the worse for wear here. And so they were able to pick up 6 on the play. It'll be 3rd down and 8.
Yeah, they did a nice job of recovering there and getting some yardage back. It's still, a long 3rd down here. And Klubnik, as you said, he's a little tweaked. Those high ankles will, during the course of the game, the wrong little twist, you tweak them.
Tristan Lee at the left tackle spot. Here comes Anthony around the corner. He'll throw it to Williams, does Klubnik, but he'll still be shy of the 1st down.
Interesting call here, Wes, for Dabo. I would say he's going to go for this.
Yeah.
And, I mean, why not? Be aggressive here. Let's go. 4th and 3, long 3. The book that everyone carries, that book that has the analytics, says go. And you're, as a head coach, you're like, yeah.
Clemson's 11 of 21 on 4th down this year. 52%. And there's Smith on the catch and a 1st down. Tristan Smith buries inside the 35 to the Duke 34.
He had to low scoop that one.
Steve, I think we're going to play the full 60 here today.
Oh, yeah, it's got all the makings of
Yep.
it. You see on the replay here, they do a nice job here on the bubble, and he scoops that ball and gets vertical and gets those tough yards.
9 yards there. Olsen, Pat Henry, good blocking to help Tristan Smith. On the 4th down conversion, Klubnik and the Tigers. Quick throw, that's Antonio Williams again. Another 1st down, this time to the Duke 20. Mekhi Jones, true freshman who played his high school ball at Milton, Georgia, on the tackle of Antonio Williams.
This is an RPO. It's a run pass option. He pulls the ball and he throws that slant. And Antonio Williams, what a strong-handed guy. Those are tough throws because you don't know who's going to lay you out from inside out. And he goes up, snatches that ball, and gets more yards. Well done.
Williams, who played his high school football at Dutch Fork and Irmo, South Carolina, really impacting the ball game today for the Tigers. Now Klubnik on 1st down, and here is Williams at the 10, at the 5. Can he get to the end zone? No. Freeman grabs him and holds him up before he can hit the end zone, along with Chandler Rivers. It's a 19-yard play, and Antonio Williams has really been showcased today by Garrett Riley.
Yeah, he has been. That was a nice little scheme, little play action pass. It's a pocket boot where they pull the guard to sell a gap scheme and come off of it and throw a little crossing route. If Antonio Williams had lowered his pads just a little bit more, he might have snuck in the end zone there, but he was a little high and they knocked him back.
Chapman Pendergrass has come in. They go to the extra tackle here, Steve.
Yeah, they're putting a little extra tackle for a little more juice.
High snap is not a high snap. It was straight to Peter Woods, and he got in. They faked the snap to Klubnik. He faked it. They snapped it directly to Peter Woods, who scores the touchdown. It's his 2nd rushing score of the year. Big fella's got skills.
Well, he blocked. He had a nice block on the other touchdown, and now he's going to get to run it in.
Look at this.
Yeah, just keep that ball tight to your body. Don't stick it in one hand now. You're down by the goal line, and then he gets all that big body stuff going forward, and man, that's hard to stop.
Clemson with 8:25 to go in the 3rd, scores on the Woods touchdown. So they take the punt block by Venables and cash it in 7 plays. And the Tigers are back in front.
The Tigers are fighting, Wes. I mean, they're really emptying the whole chamber here. These guys are playing hard.
7-play drive in just better than 4 minutes. Clemson back in front.
We had a chance to talk to him a few weeks ago, and he told us, I'm petitioning with Coach Sweeney to have me listed as ATH on the roster. I consider myself an athlete. What else do I need to do? Still not on the roster as ATH. I did ask him, I said, well, what else do you have to do? He goes, I think I have to throw a touchdown.
Wow. Okay. Hagans will play this from 2 yards deep. So Samir Hagans fires off the right side, and Hagans is gone. 102 yards and a Duke touchdown for Samir Hagans. No flags on the play. Duke had not returned a kick all day.
Offside. Kicking team number 22. The penalty is declined. Touchdown.
And this game, Steve Adazio, won't stop.
No, man, these teams are fighting and battling. There's emotion on this field and big plays everywhere. We got an injured player out here on the field west.
And we'll get another look at the Hagans kick return for a touchdown. His longest of the year had been 39 at California. They will measure that 100 yards in the college game. He was a couple yards deep in the end zone when he took off, and Duke an extra point away from tying the score.
That was speed, Wes. He was moving, man. You don't see as many kickoff returns, but that was great.
And the injured Duke player, Elliott Shopper, the linebacker, young man from Austin, Texas, same high school as Cade Klubnik of Clemson from Westlake. And he's a guy that's been pressed into service because of the injuries at linebacker Duke has sustained the last month or so. Here's Polino to tie the game. And the point is good. So locked up at 35 now with just ahead of 8 minutes to play. Don't forget the all-new ACC PM is Monday through Thursday, 6 to 7, and then on Friday, it's a 2-hour Friday football edition hosted by Kelsey Riggs Cup, and it's right here on ACC Network and the all-new ESPN app. Man, this game has been something. Steve, it's been big plays everywhere. That's the 4th touchdown of 20-plus yards for Duke. But it was 21-7 at the end of the first quarter. Then Clemson rallied. Then Duke got a touchdown before the half, and now each team's been in the end zone one way or the other here in this third quarter.
This is going to be a test of wills, this game. It's going to test your mental and your physical toughness in the second half going down the home stretch. Forces you to stay locked in and ready.
Samir Hagans returned to kick 99 yards against Ole Miss in the Gator Bowl last year. That is the last time Duke had returned to kick for a touchdown. And you go back now to look at our ESPN analytics. All 5 of these teams on the road. Of course, Georgia Tech later tonight in Raleigh. By the way, there's a weird historical storyline there. Virginia is at California. Steve, you think that'll be a tight fit, huh?
Oh, yeah.
Cavaliers been playing with fire a little bit.
And the quarterback took a physical pounding last week, and now they got to travel, so you never know, man.
Miami's just gone ahead of SMU and Dallas. Duke's down to 31%. A loss today, it would be just 3. Gideon Davidson is the running back. Here's the throw, and the catch is made, and that's Tyler Brown. First catch of the day for Brown. Stone makes the tackle.
They're doing right now is they're running a lot of RPOs, and Duke is blitzing and leaving voids and zones, and he's coming off the run and he's hitting that void with the RPO, and it's been a good strategy.
Yep.
It's working for them well.
TJ Moore, Olsen, Pat Henry to the top of the screen. 2 receivers here to the bottom. Now Pat Henry resets. And the play fake by Klubnik. They're going to dire Tyler Brown again. Boy, it took Landon Callahan right on the money for the hit. Callahan is a freshman from Rural Hall, North Carolina. This is his 2nd career start today for Kamari Robinson, who's unable to go for the Blue Devils. He also started in their win against NC State. He had 8 total tackles in the last 3 coming into today. For a guy who was a redshirt freshman, they felt very good about putting Callahan out there today for Jonathan Packey, the Blue Devils defensive coordinator.
Yeah, they have confidence in him, and he's paying that back.
Here's Klubnik. He'll toss it. Davidson again, and that will get him to about 3 to 4 yards away from the first down. Callahan one more time on the stop, and Landon Callahan is shaken up on the play.
For an injury.
So Callahan will be 10-2 here. And with 6:44 to go in the third, it'll be roughly second down and about 3, maybe. October 1980. Clemson has won the last 15 times. The last time Duke was here was November of 2018. The starting quarterbacks that day are Trevor Lawrence and Daniel Jones.
I remember that well.
For reasons we probably shouldn't discuss. Here's the give, and that's Davidson fighting for a couple of yards. First down for the Tigers on the run by Gideon Davidson. Yeah, Garrett Riley kept talking about with Gideon Davidson, it's just time and confidence. That's all he lacks, Steve. They love the skill set. They like all the ability he's shown, the work ethic, those things. And they kind of feel like the confidence level's been rising here for the last couple weeks.
Kind of like on the other side with Nate Shepard. You know, they're two talented young guys that are emerging.
Yeah. First down and 10. Through the formation comes Williams. Quick throw wide open. My goodness, Davidson. First down and then some, and delivers the shoulder to drive it to the Duke 38-yard line. Boy, oh boy. The little guy at 6 feet 200 pounds dropped the hammer here.
He sure
on 3
did.
white shirts.
Yep, he went right for him. He lowered his shoulders and took it on and drove it. Really nice throw there as well by Cade Klubnik. I'm telling you, he's quietly right now, maybe not even quietly, but he is having a day. He's very accurate. He seems very much in control, poised. I think Duke's got to try to do something to affect that right now. He's playing with a real sure hand.
Randall's come back in the ball game. Flag thrown. And Klubnik, by the way, over 200 yards in the ball game.
Excuse me.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll wait. No problem.
Yeah. They're going to talk about, is that offense or is that defense?
False start. Offense number 22. 5-yard penalty.
It's on the wide receiver, Cole Turner. Oh, wow.
Yeah.
They're getting ready to run a little switch route, too.
Yeah, well, you know, they're saying old Cole Turner right now is, hey, man, look at the ball. What are you doing out there? You know, you're not on the snap count. You're on the ball.
Davidson back in the ball game. Klubnik, by the way, since a 4 of 6 starts, Steve, is 14 of 16 for 151.
Yeah, I'm impressed with him right now. He is playing really well.
He'll dump it off to Davidson again. Gideon Davidson took a big lick, but holds on. That's a hit by Mekhi Jones at the 37-yard line. By the way, Jones is a bit of a Duke legacy. This youngster from New Jersey who played his high school ball in Milton, Georgia. He is the cousin of the former Blue Devil basketball player Derek Whitehead. And also another cousin is the former NFL star Tahir Whitehead. Remember him, Steve?
He played for me at Temple.
Is that right? There you go.
Yep.
It's Mekhi Jones's cousins. Here is Klubnik, and on a healthy day, Cade Klubnik might be able to step away from Aaron Hall.
No doubt about it, Wes. I was thinking the same thing.
Still kind of coming back from the ankle sprain at Boston College. Gets taken down here by 99 in the white.
Yep. No, you're right. I mean, if that ankle's feeling good right there, yeah, that's probably a first down. But he's playing great, playing hard.
Ball at the 34. This is a big third down now, and a tie game inside 4 minutes to go.
Well, this has got to be 2-down territory right now. You know, unless he wants to kick it, but I would expect two down territory.
And they're going to try and trap Davidson here to the right again, and he'll fall forward toward the 29. That's too full, Steve, almost here on 4th down.
Yeah.
This has been a day, though, where we've seen both these teams very aggressive offensively, especially on 4th down.
And successful.
Yeah.
You know, so they're going for it.
You see Duke's 4 for 4. Clemson's hit their only 4th down. They're going to bring Randall back. Here comes Olsen, Pat Henry. Remember, they threw to Tristan Smith. He's in that huddle right there. with his back to you, number 3 on a 4th down.
Yeah, I mean, this could easily be an RPO here where they assess whether they void a zone with a blitz and they just throw it right out there.
3 on
like
the
right
play
now,
clock.
they're not covering down.
Dabo Swinney going to burn the timeout. Play clock got down to 2 on Cade Klubnik.
Timeout. Clemson.
They didn't cover down on
Their
Antonio
first
Williams.
Welcome back to Clemson. Just an update on the Duke sidelines. Linebacker Elliott Shopper is out for the remainder of the game. The athletic training staff evaluated his right knee. Wes, Steve, that's a big loss for the linebacker core. They're already without Nick Morris, arguably their best defensive player, out for the season. Yeah,
the linebacking ranks are thin.
And that affects the special teams, Dana, as well, because those guys usually play, and that's where that injury occurred. So,
all right, Dabo Swinney punched the timeout. They empty things with Klubnik here. 3 to the field, 2 to the boundary. 4th down and 2. We're in a tie game ahead of 3 to play in the 3rd. Quick throw, caught in traffic, 1st down. Antonio Williams having a day, Steve. 1st down, Clemson.
He sure is, you know, and good job of Cade Klubnik finding him. You know, you want to get it to your guys, and he's a dude right there, man. That's one of my dudes. Look at that. Tight window, put that ball in there, critical 1st down, gets it, keeps the chains moving. Good football.
Williams really doing it. 7 catches, 121 today. Davidson back in the ball game as the running back on 1st down. They'll hand it to the true freshman. And he will get to the 12. It's a gain of 6. Jones flipped him around in the Blue Devil secondary. Too many of the Clemson run plays are in the secondary for Manny Diaz's liking right now.
Well, that's what's happening is the run game is starting to wear down the Duke defense, and that's what the run game does, and it usually happens at the end of the, you know, 3rd quarter in the 2nd half, and you're seeing that right now. You're seeing these defenders from Duke, man. They're in it. They're in a street fight right now, and they're getting tired.
35 all. Less than 2 to go in the 3rd. Klubnik, quick throw, and catch is made. Tackle made on Antonio Williams. It'll be 1st and goal at the 3.
See, running the football is really affecting. So they're coming off an RPO here and finding these voids because the run game has been so effective now. It's affecting how the defense is playing, whether they're adding to the box, playing soft zone coverage, but it's creating this, giving them a great opportunity here.
Red zone opportunity for the Tigers now to try and regain the lead here at home. Bettencourt, the tight end, to the left of Klubnik. Play fake to Davidson. He'll throw, and beyond the reach of Pendergrass. Chapman Pendergrass. Oh, Chapman Pendergrass, 6'3", 295.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. You know, that was not looking too, you know, that's not what he does. Come on, man, the ball's down here. Let's get it. You know, they need a touchdown here. Those plays, I know they're cute if they work, but I tell you.
Peter Wood's got to be fired up. He's coming to game at fullback. He wants to rock, I can guarantee you on that. They're going to toss it right side. Davidson stringing the play out. Duke is there. Clemson's going to lose 2 on the play. Bradley Gompers, that's who came in to spell Shopper out of that Duke linebacking depth. He's across the top. That's a true freshman from Central Catholic in Pittsburgh, Steve.
That's a good football school.
Yeah.
No doubt about it. Yeah.
He comes from a football family. His dad's a former Wake baseball player. His 2 uncles played football at West Virginia and VMI, and he had a great uncle, won 2 titles at Notre Dame.
Man, there's some toughness in those genes right there.
Yep.
No doubt. Well, I'll tell you, the problem in that package Dabo was in was there's not a lot of diversity in terms of how many plays you can run out of it. And it looks like Duke had them scouted out. Now they're spreading it.
3rd and goal with a bunch to the left. Klubnik looking that way. He will sail it over the top of Williams and out of the end zone. Josiah Green was pressuring Cade Klubnik.
You know, Wes, I think it's been a great called game. Let's look at this replay right here. They got a protection breakdown, so he can't set his feet because he actually had a guy open. But I didn't really like that last series. It's easy for me up here in the booth, but, you know, you're down there, get some vertical puncture runs and put that ball in the end zone. Got a little cute with the first one, didn't work out, and then got off schedule. Now they're hoping to get a field goal here. Missed opportunity for a touchdown.
22-yard try for Hoosier, who is 7 for 9 on the year. His longest is 50 at BC. off the rear hash, and the kick is good, and the Tigers are back in front. 38-35. Clemson has regained the lead on Duke with a 15-play, 71-yard drive, and they do it in just under 8 minutes. Quick reminder to you, our Week 10 coverage of ACC football continues. Later this afternoon, 3:30 Eastern, 6-2 Pitt is in the South Bay. They've won 4 straight. They meet the Cardinal, who's undefeated at home. And then later tonight, ACC Primetime presented by ServPro. Jake Dickert and Wake Forest are in Tallahassee to see Mike Norvell's Seminoles. That's at 7:30 Eastern. Both games available on the all-new ESPN app. You can watch it anywhere. So the drive for the Hoosier field goal. 15 plays. They ate up a lot of clock to kick a field goal, Steve.
Yeah, I mean, it's points on the board, but obviously disappointing. As you said, 15-play drive, a lot of clock. You want to end it with a touchdown. Hopefully that doesn't come back to haunt them later, because there's a lot of scoring based on what we've seen, Wes, to come here.
They're going to kick it this time toward Jaden Moore, and he'll let it go 7 yards deep. And Duke will get the ball, and it's 25 now, trailing 3. How about 2 years ago, Labor Day night, Riley Leonard gave Duke the lead in the third quarter. This is a 44-yard touchdown run. And then Jaquez Moore, he hit the Tigers with a 9-yard scoring run. And then Jordan Waters went 36 to seal Duke's first win against Clemson since 2004. Tom Luginbill, by the way, won the race on the Field Storm.
What do you mean he won the race?
He was doing sidelines that night, and he beat all the students across the field, so he didn't get caught in the Field Storm and was able to interview Mike Elko that night.
He should have got a bonus for that.
Yeah.
Wow.
Nate Shepard on the first
down.
Who
would win
carry.
that race between he and Dana? That's the. Of course you would. We're talking about a speedster from New Hampshire versus I don't know what.
Big arm quarterback from California, Steve. Let's just let it go there. What a game we got here at Tiger Town. Clemson 38, Duke 35. Second down and 4 for Duke as we go to quarter 4 here at Tiger Town. Clemson with a 3-point lead. That's Barcade in motion. He's been very quiet since an electric first quarter of play. They're going to hand the ball. This is Shepard, the freshman, trying to get to the perimeter, reroutes, gets the first down. TJ Parker finally wraps him up just beyond the 40-yard line of Duke. A moment ago, Dana Boyle with Manny Diaz.
Coach, you knew this was going to be a 4-quarter battle. What's critical to start the fourth quarter to pull away here on the scoreboard?
Everything's critical now. This is what it's going to come down to. 2 offenses that are in rhythm, you know what I mean? And that was a big stop in the red zone over there for the defense, and that's what it's going to take. Still no turnovers for either side. I think that's really going to be the key here. At some point, someone's going to crack.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Boy, Manny Diaz, Steve, pretty calm and collected. Talking with Dana a moment ago.
How about his comment? Somebody's going to crack.
You love it, don't you?
Oh, man, he's got that right. He hit that right on the head.
Second down, the full 10 for Mensa. Anderson Castle has come in the ball game. That's Barcade in motion from the bottom of the screen. Clemson showing blitz. Mensa looks, shoots it. Barcade the catch. Close to a Blue Devil first down, and it is.
Right on cue for you, Wes. Barcade's back in, making a play, which they need to do. They got to get him the ball more. What a great job there. They brought a 2 inside linebacker blitz, and they were able to throw the RPO again on the voided zone from the blitz. Good offense.
5 for 116 and a touchdown, or more than that now for Barcade, I think.
Yeah, get him involved. He needs to be touching the ball a lot more right now in the second half.
Yep, first down and 10 at the Clemson 48. Mensa wants to throw again. Going to take the crossing route, and the catch is made, and that is Landon King. It's kind of an afterthought when the season began at tight end. Boy, King has come up big now. Another catch for King. And Duke right on the bump at the 32 of Clemson. And here goes Anderson Castle fighting for yards. And Looks like Dinoff got him to the ground for the Tigers.
We're seeing good quarterback play today, but we're also seeing really good running back play today. Both sides, all these backs that rotate in and out now, it's been several of them. They are running hard and running well right now.
4 for Castle on the carry. Shepard's come back in. There's a look at the freshman whose brother was Will Shepard, was a former star at Vanderbilt in Colorado in the college ranks. Bunch look to the boundary. Mensah to his right, coming off point. Will he throw? He will, over the head of Barcade, out of bounds. Jaheim Lawson was chasing him.
Jaheim's been all over the field today.
He's played great.
Yeah, he's played, and you see the speed. I mean, now Darian Mensah might not be the fastest guy, but he's pretty darn athletic.
Well,
they chased him.
Tom Allen, when we meet with Tom Allen, Jaheim Lawson, pass rusher style. Cade Dinoff, solid try-hard guy. You know, he gives you the description that he is impacted on these players. And if they do that, they think they can be successful. Lawson has played to his strengths today.
Yeah, played well.
Duke just 1 of 8 on third down in traffic. What a catch by Brown.
Yeah, that was good coverage too. I
Yes,
mean, that was good
was
coverage, but a great throw and a great catch.
Myson Kelly had terrific coverage here. Better throw, better catch, Steve.
Yeah, that's, you know, everybody's on Scully, and that's what happened there. But I'll tell you what, you know, I'll say this, man. These guys are competing on the field tonight, today rather, and it's fun to watch. This is college football at its best right now.
3-point lead for the Tigers. Here's Mensah to throw toward the end zone. King got tied up with Khalil Barnes. Landon King, kind of a corner fade, Steve.
Yeah, that was a matchup play right there. They were trying to get the matchup, and just was off. Really, really good coverage, and by Khalil Barnes, and you know, throw wasn't great, so they took a shot. That's all right. Come back to second down now. Probably wouldn't be surprised if we, you know, see a run here, or maybe an RPO off of a run if they give them a look to throw it. Right now, they might have numbers to the boundary. Nah, maybe not.
10th play of the drive. Play clock down to 2. Snap to Mensah, quick throw. Hagens took it off his shoe tops and got tackled right away by Barnes.
Yeah, I didn't like that. They had numbers, and the defense saw what was going on there, and he, you know, too late with that play. He'd been better off handing that off. He could have handed it off, but he threw the bubble out there. I didn't really love it. At first, I liked it. Then they started covering it down. Get out of that. Don't throw that bubble. Now they got a third and long play going in here. That's not ideal. Again, you wonder what Manny Diaz will do if they can get half of it back here. Would he go for it on 4th, or would he kick the field goal and, you know, get this thing tied up again?
Here's Mensah, another quick throw. Oh, it's a double pass. Now he's going to throw it, and it's short. Quayshawn Brown was trying to get it to Samir Hagens, and it was underthrown.
Wes, it should have been run. He was going to throw it. He hesitated, and then he should. At that point, he has the option to run. He should have ran this right now. You know. So there it is right there. Take it down. He's one-on-one with the safety, as opposed to trying to guy who doesn't throw the ball for a living trying to throw it. You know, you probably could have got 5 more yards on this field goal, is what would have happened.
38 yards just inside the limit for Todd Polino to tie the game. Reynoldson to hold. Kick is away, and it is good for Polino. So we're tied at 38, 10:40 to go at Clemson. Nobody has cracked yet. Adazio.
No cracking going on.
A couple of years ago, Duke won at Wallace Wade Stadium 28-7. 7 years ago, Duke's last visit, Trevor Lawrence and the Tigers won 35-6 over Daniel Jones and the Blue Devils. Here is Salas kicking away the ball over the head of Randall. So the Tigers, Steve, you mentioned a moment ago, we've had good running back play really on both sides, but Adam Randall and Gideon Davidson have done a terrific job for the Tigers.
Yeah, they sure have. They run physical and they've run hard, and they've been hard yards, some of them, you know. Like you see that one on the goal line where he's just, you know, mashing it. And then all these good cutting and physicality and good ball security as well, which when you're taking those kind of shots. But it's been impressive and really fun to watch.
So here's Cade Klubnik with Adam Randall in the backfield. And a quick throw, and they're trying to get T.J. Moore loose, and they do. Here's Moore, and it's a foot race to the end zone at the west end. And Moore will score. "12 seconds after Polino's field goal tied it. Clemson is back in front."
T.J. Moore put on the Jets right there. Wow. I mean, and his feel for the pursuit that was coming, the way he weaved away from the pursuit was so impressive. And the way the lineman got out on that jailbreak screen, I mean, that was well executed, but wow, this place erupted here. This is something, this game back and forth.
44-38. Hoosiers point makes it 45-38. So Todd Polino tied it from 37 yards, and then T.J. Moore from Key West.
Wow, we're going to put the foot in the ground. I mean, he's moving right now. Look at the way he's weaving. He has such a feel for where the pursuit's coming from. Great job. Really well done by the linemen. Don't let that go unnoticed because they had some key blocks to spring that screen out there. Big explosive play. What a game. We're getting entertained by a lot of good football right now.
Cade Klubnik's got his 9th career 300-yard game today. 22 of 28 for 320 and now a couple of touchdowns. And a 75-yarder to Moore. And Memorial Stadium at Frank Howard Field is rolling again.
They need some good kickoff coverage here. Don't let this thing pop out. He's going to kick out of the end zone.
No return by Higgins. That bounces out the back of the end zone. Duke will play from its 25. Don't forget tonight following the Deacs and the Seminoles at 7:30 Eastern. ACC Huddle final score wraps up the whole day in the Atlantic Coast Conference. We got Mark Richt, Tom Luganbill, and Bryce Love with Kelsey Riggs cuffs. She got her hands full tonight in studio, but they'll chronicle the entire Week 10. Started last night. How about Damon June in North Carolina running the rock last night at Syracuse?
He had a night, but they're going to have a lot of talk about this game right here. This will take some chronicling.
Yep.
Is that a word?
Yeah.
All right, good. I wasn't sure. Yeah, for
nice
me.
Job. Clemson in front by 7. Mensa's first down throw, and Anthony another catch. First down for Andrell Anthony.
Good start, good answer. Both these quarterbacks are, you know, they can put the team on their shoulders, both sides, and that's what Darian Mensa's got to do that right now. He's got to put the team on his shoulders. He's got to throw some great completions, and players got to make plays.
Mensa's got 2 300-yard games. Well, he's got 4 games with 300 yards this year for Duke. Looking on his 5th here. He's got 7 in his career. There's a first down run. Not much there. Peter Woods tackling Nate Shepard.
They ran into a linebacker plug, and so they got him in single blocks. Defense pressed the line of scrimmage. There's like a wall built, nowhere to go with that ball.
So second, let's call it a full 10. 9.5 to go. Jonathan Brewer, the offensive coordinator for the Blue Devils.
I think there's going to be some interesting talk going in these headsets about what to play in the coverage by Clemson. You know, they've had some struggles now. Are they going to play 1 high or 2 high?
Mensa chase from the pocket to his right. Wants to throw, going to tuck it, slide down right around the 40. So only got a couple there ahead of Sammy Brown from Commerce, Georgia. I don't know if I'd let Sammy Brown hit me either.
I know, Wes. I'm with you.
Because when he arrives, he's got bad intentions.
Yeah, I don't know. That looked like a non-committal run by Mensah on that play.
It's not what he does, though, right, Steve?
No, it's not. But it's 8:40 left in the game right now, and it's all on the line. Don't take a ridiculous shot, but maybe get a couple more there.
Here's Shepard now with Mensah. Clemson bringing pressure. Mensah gives ground to his right. And he will sail it upfield. And Hazley was the closest guy there. No flag on the play. And Duke's going to have to punt this.
Yeah, that was good coverage now.
Peter Woods with great pressure.
Yeah, they had good pressure, but there was nowhere to go with that ball either. So it was good defense all the way around.
4 plays for Duke off its 25. And here's Cade Rendelson to punt.
Not the response that Duke was looking for there, obviously. You know, they didn't do much with that. And
Blue Devils only 2 of 11 on 3rd down. Reynoldson going to hang this high toward Williams. And a fair catch is made at the Tigers' 15-yard line. So Clemson's lead. Antonio Williams has had a day, too. Tigers from their 25 with a touchdown lead. Feels like this is a pretty big possession both ways.
I would think so. Yes, sir.
Klubnik, quick throw. Antonio Williams the catch. 1st down and more. Out to the 34. Goes Antonio Williams. Pelachata the tackle.
Love the fact that they're getting it to their best player. Love what they're doing with that. That's what you got to do right now. And Duke's got to understand that that's going to happen.
Andrew Pelachata, the freshman, Malvern Prep, outside Philadelphia. Williams now has got 149 today. That ties his career high. Almost halfway home in the 4th. Tigers by a touchdown. Klubnik, quick throw on the perimeter. Long pursuit. They won't get there in time. And upfield goes Davidson. Landon Callahan, injured earlier in the 2nd half, comes off to make the play. Boy, Gideon Davidson has helped himself today, too, for Dabo Swinney.
He sure has. You know, whether he's carrying a ball, receiving a ball, I mean, he looks like one of those guys that's an all-purpose guy, you know, and they're dangerous. Plus, down into the boundary, they had T.J. Moore and Antonio Williams lined up next to each other.
Yeah.
That might come to a theater near you soon. Are they again? I think they are again.
Boy, you saw Braden Jacobs lining up at left guard, covering Gideon Davidson in the huddle there. Here's Davidson again on 1st down.
Wow. Clemson's playing and got a little good rhythm going right now, and I think it all starts with Cade Klubnik. I mean, he's throwing the ball accurately and confidently, and then of course the playmakers are stepping up and making plays. That's all happening.
How about Braden Jacobs 2 weeks ago playing tackle, Steve? Now he's in at left guard.
Yeah. Son
of the former Super Bowl champion Brandon Jacobs, who played at Auburn. Look at this guy, 6'7", 355.
He's almost too big to play guard, for crying out loud, but he's so athletic that he can do it.
2nd down and 6. And Klubnik to throw, pressure coming, backside shot, and overthrown. Callahan in coverage of Tristan Smith at 6'5". Tyshawn Reed was the guy pressuring Klubnik.
Yeah, Steve. He felt it. He felt it. He rushed that throw.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, that's why that throw sailed on him right there. He could feel that pressure, and he was smart. He had to get the ball out.
You're a little surprised, and again, Garrett Riley calls his offense. We're not calling. A little surprised as successful as they were running it, they didn't run there.
Yeah, I think that's a good point. I mean, they ran the ball fantastic. I mean, and all of a sudden that seems to be gone. I'm not, you know, don't get away from that. Now, I can't hear now, but now they got to throw it, you know.
Klubnik within 25 yards of his career high. Now he's going to loop it to Williams. Traffic is there. Antonio's got to find something and cannot. Gave a yard back. V.J. Anthony was there. Vincent Anthony Jr., the senior from Durham, Jordan. He's the one we saw as we were into the 2nd half. He was fired up about where things had gone today. He's tried to rally the Duke defense. Now Clemson on 4th down. And Tigers are half on, half off here. Are they going to wait and let the play clock run out? The game clock will do it with them.
Yeah.
At 5, we're going to be about 5:31 to go, maybe.
Yeah.
There it is, 5.5. delay a game will be the penalty, or do they call timeout?
They're probably going to take the delay and you know, help the punter probably, in their opinion, kind of put that ball down inside the 10. And, you know, even though they're going to be disappointed in that possession, they are going to flip the field.
It's 4th down.
There we go. Manny Diaz the decline.
Yeah.
So Quayshawn Brown's going to stand at the 8.
Seconds.
Jack Smith, Saraland, Alabama, in his 12th game as a Tiger, will punt it away for Clemson. And Philip Florenzo, in his 49th career game, is the long snapper on punts here for the Tigers. Smith trying to angle that, and Brown going to let it hit. Boy, it took a Tiger bounce, and it's touched up around the 5. 43 yards, and that's where Duke's got to go. 5:19 to play. Good cover unit there by Clemson on the punt. Smith does his job. Duke gets the ball. Second player in school history with multiple kick return touchdowns of 99 or more. Coach Adazio.
Well, that was a key play in the game, and explosive for Duke.
Anderson Castle, the running back. Mensah pushes the pocket to his right, shoots it. Barkate. It was deflected on the way out there, I think, by Ricardo Jones. You have to keep an eye on 6 in the orange, because Ricardo Jones plays down, Steve. He's got 3 picks. You got to honor his cover skills, right?
Yes.
And there he jumps kind of in the pass lane of a sprint out by Mensah.
Yeah, I mean, great job by him, you know, taking away the throwing lane.
Incomplete pass, second down, the full 10 for the Blue Devils. Mensah the play fake again. Here comes T.J. Parker. Mensah tried to slip it to Brown. He cut back. He reached back and caught it one-handed. Did Quayshawn, who goes by Queso. Look at this catch.
Yeah, I mean, it's a remarkable catch, but the amazing thing here is that could have been intercepted for a touchdown, but he makes a spectacular catch. I mean, that could have gone either way.
I saw a guy do that in Raleigh one time. He later got a gold jacket in Canton.
Big 3rd down here now. This is a tough 3rd down call. Interesting, what's Clemson going to do? They're going to play coverage, or are they going to come after this thing? Looks like they're going to play a little too high coverage.
Duke 2 of 11 on 3rd down. Mensah downfield. Hazley wide open. 1st down and more. Jeremiah Hazley to the Clemson 35. Darian Mensah goes over 300 yards in the ball game. And the big tight end from Gibsonia, Pennsylvania.
I mean, they played too high, cover 2, and no linebacker carried him vertically. He's wide open in the seam.
Anderson Castle for a yard.
You got to carry that route vertically. The linebacker's got to carry that thing and stay under it.
56-yard throw to Hazley gets Duke in business. Plus territory situation. Now 2nd and 9, though, after Castle only got a yard. Career long catch for 6'3" redshirt junior Jeremiah Hazley.
Dabo Sweeney right now saying, what the heck in the coverage? What is going on?
Shepard in the ball game with Mensah. Barkate, bottom of your screen. Here's Mensah up in the pocket, going to run with it, and he'll be brought down shy of the 25. Wood has the stop. I think it's going to be right about 3rd and 3 here.
You know, Wes, sorry, I'm blowing air out of my microphone because I'm like, the game's on line. Go get the extra couple of yards there. He just sort of kind of curled down there. I don't know, man. This is not self-preservation time. This is warrior time here. Every yard, every inch matters.
They're going to bring Landon King and Jake Taylor in the ball game. So they've now got 3 tight ends in the ball game. And there goes Hagan's in motion. Flags thrown everywhere. So now 3rd and short becomes 3rd
Offense number 7.
7.
5-yard penalty.
Now, I'm not sure what Jonathan Brewer was hunting there, but you had Hazley, King, and Taylor all on the field. So they're going to take Castle off the field, bring Shepard back. They're going to take the 2 tight ends off the field, bring Anthony and Brown back. And Barcade is also out of the ball game.
Yeah, I don't get it.
So Hazley's over here to the near side in this group of 3. Anthony to the top of your screen. Duke's got all 3 timeouts. Clemson's got 2. Plus the 2-minute timeout. 3rd down, 7. Quick throw. Anthony the catch right around the first down stick. I still think it's going to be short. Yeah, Barnes the tackle.
It's short. Yep. Big down here, obviously. Got to go for this right now, and obviously this is a huge part in the game. The old thing, comes down, Wes. Can you make a yard? Can you make a foot? You know, some people say if you can't, you don't deserve it. We're going to find out.
Arguably the biggest.
Your favorites.
Here today at Clemson, 2 minutes to go, 4th and 1. Duke just outside the Clemson 25, trailing a touchdown. Trying to win here for the first time in 45 years. That's Barcade in the orbit. Mensah to his right, slips it to Hazley. First down and more inside the 20. Barnes and Brown, the tackle. The Blue Devils are 3 of 13 on 3rd down, but not a bother. They are 5 for 5 on 4th down.
Well, I tell you, that was a gutsy call right there. You know, ran a naked like that. I mean, a lot of things on nakeds can go wrong. They bring an edge pressure, and you got an issue. So give them credit. They were willing to roll it right there, put the ball in the hands of one of their very best players, if not their best.
7-point lead for the Tigers. Bunch to the bottom of the screen. Anthony, the wide receiver, at the top. Mensah hands to Shepard. Here's the freshman. Flag thrown. 2 flags thrown as Shepard is tripped up by Brown at the 14. Will help also there.
Offense number 72.
That's a holding call on the redshirt junior Matt Craycraft.
Yeah, I think he got a hold of DeMonte Capehart. Yeah. Oh gosh, that's a full takedown. Yeah. That hurts.
Got your money's worth. Back to the 28. The ball goes with 1:25 to go.
Can't have that. That changed everything right there.
Tight end to the boundary, 3 to the field. Clemson bringing pressure. Mensah, quick shot. Catch is made. This is Brown, and he cannot slip away from Woodaz or Strozier.
It's good coverage by Woodaz. I mean, he showed some real closing speed there, coming back and making that tackle. That might have gotten out.
I said Jones. I said one. Strozier is actually Jones, who was in there on the stop for the Tigers. So with a minute to go, we get a timeout. Second down and 18 coming up. Don't forget, more football ahead on ACC Network. We'll tee you up for Northern California. Max Brown, Chris Cotter standing by. Sheree Burris, 3:30 start on the farm for the Panthers and Cardinals. And late night, George Sedano, Rodney McLeod, Victoria Arlen awaiting Wake Forest and Florida State tonight, presented by Serve Pro. Busy, busy day. By the way, tonight in Raleigh, number 8 Georgia Tech trying to go to 9-0, Steve. Roughly 23 years ago today, Chan Gailey and Georgia Tech went to Raleigh, played 8-0 NC State, and upset them. That's also on the docket.
A lot of stuff happens on these weekends as you get into November.
This is second down now, 18 for Duke. Mensah has Shepard in the backfield. Barcade and Anthony are wide. Play clock at 3. Snap to Mensah. Clemson rushes 4. Mensah dumps it to Shepard. And Sammy Brown gets him at the 20. They'll measure it to the 19. It's now 3rd down and roughly 11, I think.
I'll tell you that the referee acted as a screen for the offense on that play. That was crazy. You got to navigate the officials now to make a tackle.
So Duke burns their first time out here, Steve, with 54 seconds.
Yeah, and
was it Duke or?
Yeah, you're going to see the replay here. He's got to navigate him right there. Wow, that's kind of crazy. Sammy Brown had to run around him, but here, and he takes a shot too. Look at that shot that Mensah took. He got hit, and then one of his own linemen fell on him. That's 300-something pounds on you. But you know what? For the game, it's 3rd and long here. They need to be able to at least get half of this to give them a shot on 4th down. So this is such a critical 3rd down. What's Clemson going to do now? You know, do they bring a 4-man rush, play cover 2, which hasn't been great for them? Or do you bring some pressure, play some man, or possibly a cover 3 zone behind a 5-man pressure? We'll see.
54 seconds to go in the ball game, but 2 snaps to get 10 yards and change for Duke and keep the game alive. Snap to Mensah. Tigers bring pressure again. Mensah going to throw. Barcade offline, incomplete. He had Hampton with him defending. So now it's come down to 1 throw with 49 seconds left. I think Barcade was looking for a flag here, and
yeah, he had him. He had him. Tough to make those calls now, but that was they showed 5, brought 4. Clemson did, and here it is. You know, for all the marbles, really, is Clemson going to bring 5 or 4? I say 4, but it might be a simulated pressure. We'll see.
Tight end is in a group of the 3 right here at the bottom of the screen. That's Anthony to the top of the screen, and here's another timeout taken by Manny Diaz.
I tell you, the noise is a factor now too, Wes. It's getting loud in here, and you know they had the communication is really tough on Duke. I've been on that field with that noise. I know what that's like. I'm going to tell you what now, it's deafening.
Yeah.
And when you're in a pressure situation and you can't communicate, it kind of rattles you a little bit.
You know, Dana, I thought Manny Diaz was fairly candid with us yesterday when he talked about, we know we're a good team. We've got to take the next step. They know all about the history. The coaches today are incredibly transparent with their teams. This feels like Duke is trying to turn the corner, and now they're down to their last swing, so to speak.
Well,
and Clemson, after trailing 21-7, is trying to post a big win.
Let's watch number 18, Barcade now.
Bottom of your screen.
That's who I'd be throwing the ball to if I was Mensah right now.
Shepard is the running back. Anthony is the wide receiver to the top of the screen.
They got no safety on. There you go. Safety's coming back on top of him right now.
Mensah backing up, going to throw it off his back foot. That's incomplete.
That's a flag on the offense. That's going to be offensive pass interference, I believe.
Flag on the goal line.
I think it's offensive pass interference. They tackled him because he was going to try to make an interception.
A lot of interested Tigers standing around. Manny Diaz thinks it's on Clemson. Tim Hedgepeth.
Pass interference. Defense number 8. 15-yard penalty. Automatic 1st down.
And now with 43 seconds left, the ball was thrown in the direction of Quayshawn Brown. And the partisans here and Dabo Swinney are fired up. Terrell is called for the pass interference. And wow
is right.
Now watch Mensah throw it off his back foot.
Just throws it up there, and he's tackling him.
Dabo Swinney.
Wow,
holy
cow.
Full tilt here.
Wow. I saw offensive PI unless there was something before it I couldn't quite see. Well, it's over. You got to gather and play defense right now if you're Clemson.
Timeout taken by the Clemson bench with 43 seconds left to go.
Timeout.
And the flag against the Tigers has this crowd at Frank Howard Field completely incensed.
Yeah, Dabo's getting after him, and I understand totally, but you got to get off of that now. It's just really hard to do. Got another shot here to take a look at this here and see what we're calling here. Okay.
You see Terrell and Brown.
Oh no, that looks like offensive PI to me. They were tangled up a little bit, but then he was trying to get away from it and make a play towards the ball, and he got tackled. He got shoved. Wow. Holy cow.
Or in the mind of the official, was it the contact before the turn at the goal line?
Maybe, but I mean, it was two-way contact there. It was, you know, I don't know. That'd be the only explanation.
Yep.
If the flag came so late, it looked like it was a reaction to the offensive PI to me, but I don't know.
Yeah.
We got no explanation. Tough call to make at that time in the game.
First and goal at the 3. Shepard is with Mensah. Duke trying to convert their longest scoring drive of the year. And tie the game, or do they go for 2?
I think they tie it if they can score.
Mensah, Shepard, touchdown Duke. With 40 seconds left, Duke's going for 2. Shepard scores from 2 yards out. So Shepard on the touchdown, and now Duke is going for Dos with 40 seconds left. Brought to you by Dos Equis.
On the road, going for 2 on the road, saying, hey, we're taking our best shot right now, putting the game in our hands.
Trying to win here for the first time in 45 years. Not since the days of Ben Bennett and Red Wilson had the Blue Devils won at Clemson and keep their ACC championship game hopes alive. Snap to Mensah. He'll push the pocket right. This is Hagens, and Duke leads. And with 40 seconds to go, it's 46-45.
Wow, back to the same kind of concept, a naked. They ran another naked, and they slipped him out into the flat and went for 2. I mean, got the 2 points. Wow. Yeah, right off the jet sweep, he runs the naked, and he hits him right into the flat here.
Longest scoring drive of the year for the Blue Devils. 11 plays, 94 yards, 4.5 minutes, and with 40 seconds to play, it is 46-45. Clemson is out of timeouts.
How about the call by Manny Diaz? On the road, I'm going for 2, and we're going to go win the game right here. That's a gutsy call, man.
And Darian Mensah has thrown for 361 yards today on 27 of 41. And a Blue Devil team that has seen teams soft the game on them in the fourth quarter has seemingly taken their first lead in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, it's not over yet. They've got a lot of explosive playmakers on Clemson. They got to gather up here right now. They've got 40 seconds. They can push this thing down the field. All they need to do is get a field goal.
Salas will kick it away. Gonna hang it high. And Randall will signal for the fair catch, and Clemson's going to scrimmage from its 25. With 40 seconds left, Nolan Hoozer's longest is 50 against Boston College this year. Remember last year he kicked a long one to beat SMU in the ACC championship game.
Yeah, I mean, they got to get it down the field here. Probably got to get at least, you know, a 40 yards worth or so, 35,
right.
40 yards. You know, they got enough time to do that. They got to just take bites here.
Here's the snap to Klubnik. Quick throw, near side, dropped. Antonio Williams. Now a flag was thrown behind the play. Penalty might be against Duke. Stops the clock with 36 seconds left.
Pass interference, offense number 1, 15-yard penalty. Replay first down. Correction, the penalty is enforced half the distance to the goal.
So pass interference is the call against TJ Moore.
Oh boy. Wow. It's a pick play, but I mean, he was trying to run a route like you're supposed to do on a pick play. That was kind of incidental-ish. It's another tough call right there, I think. Wow.
First down, they measure it out at 32 yards now. Clemson out of timeouts, trailing a point. Klubnik, long throw, Williams there, broken up by Rivers as it arrived. No flag on the play. Second down will be next. Still 31 seconds left. Tigers have tried 2 perimeter throws, Steve. Nothing in the middle of the field.
Yeah, I'm with you. You'd like to see some sort of in-breaking route be inside that 2-deep coverage right now. You know.
Yep.
That's where I think you need to strike here. Duke has got 2 high safeties. They're going to play hard. They're going to play cover 2 and funnel with the corners. They're rushing 3, dropping 8.
Here's a throw, Moore the catch. And did he get it in bounds? No is the call. Landon Callahan in coverage with TJ Moore. Ruling on the field as he was out of bounds. So now 3rd and 22.
Spectacular catch.
Yep, he was in the white.
He's out of bounds.
Ball at the 13 for the Tigers. Klubnik again, looking down the far side. Tristan Smith, the catch. Out at the 30-yard line, 19 seconds left. Clemson out of timeouts. So the Tigers have to go for this. 4th down, 12 seconds for Klubnik. Duke's offside, it's a free play. Klubnik to his left. Cade gonna run for it. He'll get the first down. 2 seconds left. You're caught in the time and space of the game here. Klubnik ran off a lot of ticks.
Yeah, that's the problem.
On a free play.
Yeah, you can't do that, you know. And it's a free play, and you're taking time running to the sideline.
Offside, defense, the penalty is declined. It's first down.
So, but the clock, they lost roughly 8 seconds on the play, Steve.
Yeah. Yep.
So now the ball game hanging in the balance, and Duke's going to take at least 2 guys. Deshaun Stone and Caleb Weaver, drop them 25 yards off the line, maybe 35 by the time it's snapped.
Everybody's got a final play,
and Duke going to call a timeout here with 2 seconds left.
Yeah, everybody's got a final play, so Duke wanted to see what formation, and then they're going to adjust the defense to whatever they think the final is. Some special final, maybe a hook and ladder, one of those types of things is what's going to happen here. They've got to keep people back, and then everyone converge on the ball.
Remember, they hit Moore, but that was a different place in the ball game. They hit Moore on a little inside route for 75 yards.
Yeah, well,
but what a potential win this is for Duke. The Blue Devils would go to 5-3 and 4-1 in the ACC, and hope would be alive, Steve.
Yeah, no doubt about it. And that's, you know, because Manny Diaz, I mean, you got to give him so much credit for the tough calls he made in this game. The 4th down calls, the gambles, he played full throttle today.
Last play of the ball game. Klubnik Going to throw it in the middle of the field. Tristan Smith the catch. He'll break the 50, cannot keep his feet. Tried to throw the ball behind him. It's scooped up by Williams. He'll throw it back across the field. Randall dropped it, and the ball game is over on a loose ball recovered by the Blue Devils. For the first time since 1980, Duke has beaten Clemson.
That is the end of the game.
At Memorial Stadium. And in the process, the Blue Devils have now won 5 straight ACC road games. It's the longest stretch of conference success on the road since 1963.